Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Under the Ring podcast, the most electrifying podcast in sports entertainment. I am your boy, Kendango Boogs, and the reason why I'm using the Boogs this week because my boy made his appearance. Rocking out!
Yeah!
Yay!
That might be like his call up.
It is.
That's his call up.
We're actually going to talk about that. There's talk of quite a few call ups, and that actually was his call up. I'm never alone. I'm always joined by the crew. First and foremost, from North Augusta, South Carolina. He is the producer. He is the bald one. He is the journalist. Give it up for Big Baby Mango.
Yeah. Oh, he's back.
Margo is on his Bad Bunny right now, I think. Margo went to a wedding this weekend and got fucked up, so I guess he's still in wedding mode.
Still fucked up. What is going on, boys? Woo! Holy shit. That was a weekend. It's me. It's the GREG. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? A lot of stuff happened this week. Boogs is here, which is why I'm all dressed up. Represent. Boogs is the man. Boogs is about to be a world champion, baby. It's happening. It's finally happening.
Me and Mongo are claiming it today. We're claiming it today. Boogs,
that was our boy from A1 since day one.
It's going to be happening. Mojo versus Buggs.
Matt, don't ruin this for me. I will throw this bottle through the screen into your head.
Nah, I'm telling you, it's going to be Jinder versus Boogs in a unification title match. That's what's going to happen.
I mean, NWO going to have both of them.
Coming to us from...
Hold on. Hey! Yeah.
Mongo with the Sammy on. Mongo with the Sammy. Last week I was Swinger. This week you're Sammy. I got you. Coming to us from Louisville, Kentucky. The memeologist. Maurice's baby daddy.
Yeah.
Acknowledge you. I ain't acknowledging shit, punk.
You don't get acknowledgement unless you're fucking here, buddy. Sorry. Get out.
Acknowledge shit, punk. What you call it? I believe. Nope. Are you a triple tag? Are you part of the tag team? Triple?
Yeah, I'm part of the
Yep. Part of the triple.
I am the GOAT when it comes to these tag team title reigns. Every time we have a show, I'm tying for the tag titles.
Every fucking time. Every
One
time.
Matty
Gunn, 1/3 of the tag team of the triple man championship. Say what's up, Matt.
What's up, good people? We got a lot to talk about. We had people get fired. People got fired. People told their truths. They told the truth about their whole issue. We got people missing. We just got a lot of stuff that happened since we last talked. So let's get to it.
You know what? I'm going to acknowledge my boy Reggie giving us a follow from a line at Target in Atlanta. God damn it, Reggie. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Take us down south too. We everywhere. All right. I guess we should get started with. You want to go with the biggest news, or you want to just slowly go into that?
We'll get into it. We can talk about the big news, Boogs, later. What I want to start with. There's a lot this week. So You want to talk about Will Ospreay first?
Yeah, let's do a little Will. Supposedly Will had responded back to people who claimed he was making up him having a broken neck. Will pretty much on his Twitter put up his broken neck X-ray, where you see it. Ladies and gentlemen, your neck shouldn't look like a lowercase c.
This shit almost look like what was it, the less than sign.
Right. Will Ospreay's neck is kind of looking like a question mark, literally. You know, so to those of you who thought the man didn't break his neck, yeah,
it hurt my neck to see that X-ray. I grabbed my neck. I was like, oh.
And so, of course, due to this, the IWGP title will now be vacated because, of course, there's no timetable on when you can possibly come back from a broken neck. So we'll see what we can do. The person that I was talking about, I ain't acknowledging shit to, was our boy, the Puerto Rican Bronson Reed, Tito, checking in. Can't be with us live tonight, but, you know, doing the check-in.
He told Reggie to pick up some Red Bull.
I don't think your hype ass need any more goddamn Red Bull, Tito. How about that one?
You don't need it. Down.
Right,
you need to get some herbal teas.
That's what you need. You need to get the lemon zinger herbal essence. That's what you need. And we have
our Big Bad Booty Betty
checking in with us. Hey, what's good? All right, like nice to have a little fan base. People checking in. That feels good. I ain't gonna lie, folks. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Also, folks, don't forget, sponsor us. If you're watching this and you know I'm drinking you right now, Blue Moon, you can definitely sponsor us. I know you know what I'm about to do. Raw, definitely sponsor us.
Go Raw.
It's always Miller time at the Mongo house. Just saying.
That's because Mongo is a basic
always
chick.
Home.
I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I'm not gonna say you're wrong.
Mongo is a basic chick, but
I'm the fancy one. I'm drinking local brands and shit, so I can't even be like, "Hey, shut up, to y'all."
Man, no, yes, you can. They can sponsor us too. That brewery damn sure can sponsor.
We'll take them.
Hi, Fall City Beer. I'm always there.
Fall City Beer. We've heard a lot about you because our boy Matt has told us a lot about your different brews that you have. So definitely, you can send some via mail if you want. I'll drop the Addy later on. But going back to Will Ospreay, he had to vacate the IWGP title because of this. Of course, you know they're probably going to do a tournament. Who would you want to see as the new champ?
The person I want has COVID, so I know they ain't fighting.
Who's
Okada.
Jay White, baby.
Or Evil. I'll take another Evil run. I want another Evil run.
I would like a real Evil run, like a legit actual Evil run, because that thing he got last year was horse shit.
All they did was just use his heel turn.
If I had to pick somebody, I'm picking one or two people. I'm going Japanese Playboy Sonata.
Yeah. All right, it's not bad.
Or Jeff Cobb.
Oh,
I do love me some Jeff Cobb, though. I'll be okay with that. There's some good choices over there. I guess you could go back to Coda, but I don't know. If
I'm going to be honest.
I don't think Coda
needs
it.
I'm going to be honest. You know how before we were saying AEW is really depending on their fans being New Japan marks and knowing everything. Right. AEW wants to get us hyped. Bring Coda.
Yeah.
Bring Coda.
I know they teased that at one point.
Bring Coda because you know what? That right there is a storyline all in its own. You have Kenny Omega's former best friend, tag team partner, his golden lover, coming back. No pause on that because they was everything that you hear in that name is what they were. Okay, no pause on that. You get Kenny Omega's golden lover coming back and pretty much putting Kenny in his place. Like, yo, who are you now? This isn't what we were. And that AEW is a storyline. that is something that you can actually work with. And do not give us the match after Coda appearing for only 2 weeks.
Build it.
Because that's another problem. That's another problem AEW has. They give everything too fast.
So the Will Ospreay thing, a rumor came out that he had vacated the belt, took his ball, went home, and was going to go to NXT UK. That, you know, apparently a lot of the they call them gaijin. I guess just foreign wrestlers. I guess it's like non-Japan.
Gaijin.
I know gaijin. I know what that, but like I think here they're saying it as like a general thing for like.
No, it's still the white chick.
No. I'm not saying because I'm saying
still the white guy. It's still the white guy.
Because this report says all of the gaijin wrestlers were trying to leave Japan because they were supposed to be able to go home for a little while before the next tour started up.
Right.
So I think in this sense, that's what that means. But normally, that ain't what that means.
There's only like 4 non-whites in New Japan. Okay, there's only like 4. Anybody that's not Japanese in New Japan is fucking white, except for like 4 people.
The Samoans, the Tongans.
You're right. That's it. It's the
Jeff Cobb.
Whatever the fuck he is.
I think he's from Guam.
I don't know what that motherfucking monster is.
He's Jeff Cobb. Okay, that's what he is.
That's exactly what the fuck he is. He's just Jeff fucking Cobb. But
he's born in Hawaii.
No, he's Hawaiian.
But he was in the Olympics he represented Guam in the Olympics.
Oh.
So yeah, man, that rumor is still swirling, even though Ospreay's put up like 3 or 4 pictures of his neck and back being fucked up. And the doctors are saying I got a bad back. I've heard it's as bad as Okada's was, but Okada kept wanting to wrestle. I'm just trying to heal up and rest. But New Japan, they were the ones that decided to strip him, and I don't know what's going on there because it seems a little tense, regardless. Whether he's trying to do this or not, it seems like there's some problems and some butting of heads.
There's a big problem. I'm not to cut you off. I don't know if you saw it, but he actually went to the government about why he was not considered, I think, their number 1 wrestler in the world or something like their number 1 wrestler when he was the champion. Like it was part of a storyline where he feels he's not being respected for what he's doing, but he's also like being truthful about it as well. Like, yo, I'm the fucking man, and y'all are not giving me my goddamn credit.
Right.
I think it was the cover of like the New Japan Wrestling magazine, where instead of him being on the cover for like the last what was the last big pay-per-view they had? The one where he actually hurt his neck.
I can tell you.
Damn it. I forgot what it was. I forgot what it was called, but they had a picture of Tanahashi on the cover of the magazine instead of Will. And he was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm the champ. Like, he made a big rant. Like, he went to the execs of New Japan about it and shit like that. Like, it's part of a story. They're using it as a storyline, but he's 100% being real about that shit.
Right.
Like, yo, y'all are not giving me credit. Yes, I do.
Really? What do you want to see go?
Will Ospreay, I would love,
because apparently his girlfriend's going to NXT UK. From what we've heard, B Priest is going to NXT UK. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but that's the rumor.
I would love to see him in NXT. But I don't want him just to stick to NXT UK. I would like to be. I'm be honest. I'm tired of NXT UK, and I would just rather it all be NXT under one umbrella.
Right.
So that way these guys.
They don't do NXT Japan or NXT India.
I'm fine with NXT doing UK and Japan and stuff. The thing about UK was it was doing well.
And then the pandemic murdered.
Because like it had a lot of great stuff going on, and the pandemic killed it.
We could have saw Finn get murdered by Walter.
So like, there are good things to do. It's hard to do, man. Because like with Impact, I'm so used to them not having the fan. Like from day one, they were no fans. We're just gonna wrestle, and I've gotten used to it. But NXT UK took like 6 months off.
Yeah.
And then came back, and every other thing in WWE either has crowds or has like fan interaction in some way. And they're the one brand that doesn't, and it bugs me. I don't know why. I don't know why it drives me crazy, but it does.
But you can watch ROH, and ROH doesn't have fans.
Again, yeah, ROH Impact I can because I think it's because again WWE, every other brand either has the Thunderdome or NXT has their crowd at the CWC. Whereas their one other brand doesn't have anything. And I don't know why. It really bothers me. I don't know why. It's in the UK. They have their own rules.
And then also what you call it, a lot of these characters in UK go off of the fans.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like their entrance and things of that is based off of the fans. Like,
and if Zach Gibson had stayed in UK, I feel like he would have petered out.
Right.
Because a lot of his stuff is that, hey, you're supposed to hate this guy to his core.
And the people do.
Oh, yeah. They genuinely, everyone hates that motherfucker. They hate him.
I forgot who it was that brought up the shoe song, that brought the shoe song out for Gibson. Oh, man.
And and now that ever since that's happened and he's been in NXT, Americans have been doing it. That song is not going away. That song is not going away. And yeah, a lot of UK wrestlers are like that, and it just really hinders them.
I would like to see Will Ospreay in NXT. Like I said, I would like all of NXT under one brand. And that's because I want to get matches such as Ciampa versus Bates. Ospreay
talked about leaving the UK.
You know what I mean? I would love to see that. You know what I mean? Our boy Coffee is back. I would like to see Coffee versus Bronson Reed. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I would like to see NXT under one umbrella, and I would like to see Will Ospreay go there. And the payoff is Ospreay versus Adam Cole for the belt.
Okay.
I'd have him I would rather him stay in New Japan, but if he went to WWE, if he's not just starting out on the main roster like AJ, then I would have him go to NXT.
Well,
UK.
I think Ospreay could go to NXT, and some people just need to go to the main roster immediately. Like,
right.
AJ didn't need to go to NXT. There have been people that have gone to NXT that just didn't need to go there. We got one this week that didn't need to go there that made her in-ring debut on NXT. Frankie Monet.
Yeah, Frankie really didn't need it.
Does not need it at all. She is fine on the main roster immediately, and they didn't do it. And it's not a step down. It's just like
to get her feet wet to the WWE style.
Here's the thing. I think that now when people are coming into WWE, especially big names, I think at this point they're making it known where they want to go.
Probably. How old is Will Ospreay? He's what, 28, 27?
I think so. But I think
20 years old. So, yeah.
I think they're making it known where they want to go, because a lot of the wrestlers coming from other promotions, they know what their strengths are, because they know what got them signed, and they know how they can play off a certain thing. NXT has a smaller crowd than the main roster. It's bigger than Impact, but it's smaller than the main roster. Frankie Monet knows Impact. I was running that small crowd. Something a little bit bigger, I can run that shit too. I go to the main roster, I might get mixed in with that whole Charlotte, Sasha situation, and I might get overlooked. Let me make sure I stay exactly where I'm at. No, well, you're not lying. You are not lying. That man, Proactive did not work.
Look, whoever you are, that was fucked up.
That was funny,
man.
Whoever you are, put your info in the chat for us to find your ass on Facebook and add you to the goddamn group. Matter of fact, go on Facebook.
Fucking creepy. That sounded creepy. That sounded really fucking creepy.
Go on Facebook and join the goddamn group. Plain and simple. That's what you need to do. Go on Facebook and join the goddamn group. All right.
But so anyway, yeah, the Ospreay thing. It's not that I don't want to see him go or see him like. We just saw his group start. We just saw like their whole rise,
right?
And I know the injury's bad and it would take a while, but I want to see it play out before he leaves. Whether it's like a year and a half before he gets back, I want to see it play out.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna keep it a buck. One of the main reasons why I want to see Ospreay leave is I want to see him have a longer career.
That's true. And in WWE, they're not gonna let you do all that crazy shit 24/7. You're gonna have to calm down a lot.
I want to see him have a longer career where he can make money and be the superstar that he is. He keeps going at this rate. By the time that man is 35, he is done. Done.
He'll be like Dynamite Kid.
Done.
Dynamite Kid.
Done. Okay. If he comes to anything, if he comes to any promotion in the States other than AEW, he can have a prolonged career. If his ass goes to fucking MLW, if his ass goes to fucking ROH, he'll have a longer career. He goes to AEW, he might as well stay in Japan. He need that. I would love for him to have a longer career. And if he comes to WWE at the age of 28, Will Ospreay will be on our television until the age of 48. Guaranteed. And they'll make him look good during that 20-year span.
Yeah. I agree. I think people would want him probably to go to AEW just because that's the obvious choice every time now. You know, it might be the only fans that care about his well-being. Twitter hates his ass. Fuck Twitter. Fuck wrestling Twitter. Fuck him.
Plain and simple. This is how we always feel. Wrestling fans, let's be honest, are fickle as fuck. They are fickle as fuck. And if you want
extended age his career about 6-10 years because he's going like he did in 10 years. Yeah, absolutely. 1,000%. 1,000%.
Easily. Like if you like, wrestling fans are fickle. They claim they want one thing, and then when it's given to them, they complain about it. They want the other thing that they had before. All right. Wrestling fans will want to see someone break their goddamn neck and not care that this person needs to have a goddamn life after wrestling. People need to have goddamn lives. And even if wrestling is all this person knows, why not let that person have a long career at it? Why shorten it? You know, people like, and like you said, we're the only ones who care about his well-being. You know what? We enjoy the man wrestling. So why wouldn't we want to see him healthy so we can continue watching him?
Well, I think it's more or less the stuff between him and Bree, or whatever her name is, and like they got caught out last year in the cancel culture and all that stuff. I don't know how any of that played out. I didn't keep up with it. There were some people that got caught up in some more heinous shit.
Obviously, he's fine because they gave him the damn the New Japan World Title, the IWGP World Title.
Like, look, you're not going to get represent the company at the very top if you're guilty of the stuff that people are being accused of. It's not happening. I'm sure. And let's be
realistic. The IWGP Heavyweight Championship is probably the second most prestigious wrestling belt in all the sports entertainment. Like, if you make it, if the big one in in the United States, of course, it's the WWE. If you're overseas, it's the IWGP.
That's true. Shinsuke San's wanting him to wrestle like he did back in the 2000s. Got to realize it. Yeah. So Shinsuke, this is the thing with the WWE. You can have those matches, but it's not going to be every night.
Right.
Whereas like
you're going to get them at a pay-per-view, which is where they should be.
At AEW, New Japan, and a few other places, you're going to try to steal the show, steal the night every single night, and your body cannot take that. It just can't. You need to have nights where it's a light match. You have to.
I have a question. Do you think that places like New Japan and AEW, the reason why they're going balls hard to the wall is because they don't have typical storylines, which can kind of provide rest and breaks for the wrestlers? Like, if you're not involved in a certain storyline or whatever the case may be, you might not be on Raw this week. So it gives you it gives your body a little chance to rest. Your story might pick up next week. Do you think it's because they don't have consistent stories besides just my group is better than your group? Do you think it's because of that why there's so much wear and tear on them? That they have to steal the show with their matches every single night because there's no, like, even if you go to a live event, you're gonna get a wrestler talking at some point doing a storyline. You know what I mean?
Right.
Is it because New Japan and AEW lack that ability where they have successful storylines where they have to make up for it by going balls to the wall?
I think AEW adopted the New Japan style because most of the guys that were big over there made it in New Japan. As far as New Japan goes, it's what got them to the dance. Like once they kind of had to reset, 10 years ago, what got them the popularity again was like the hard hitting matches.
Right.
And also they're global, just like the WWE is. And what translates best across everything, if not promos, then it's the wrestling. You can watch New Japan and just see a match. That doesn't matter if you understand the commentary. You see a good match.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Until I hit that, until I actually got like the New Japan app where you can actually hit the American version of the goddamn shows.
Oh yeah.
I watch New Japan on mute all the fucking time because I don't understand that. I could be an asshole like how everybody else does when they're in their house and make fun of everybody and do something right now, but I'm not going to. So I usually just leave the shit on mute. I don't need to know what the fuck is being said if I'm watching Jeff Cobb toss a motherfucker from the ring to the second row of the crowd. You know what I mean? So
let's see. I think that's where AEW tends to lose me outside of the storyline issues. There's no differentiation between match quality for pay-per-views and the weekly television outside of match line. Yeah. Again, a lot of AEW is just balls to the wall nonstop, and action's good. But there's got to be, like, AEW thrives on the idea that they don't have like dirty finishes or
they just have a whole bunch of question mark finishes.
Yeah, but they don't have like the cheap roll up. They don't have the double brawl DQ to the outside. They don't like them doing any of that stuff, and their fans love that. And it's like if those every week, yeah, it sucks. Raw does that a lot, and it's really annoying. But the reason that those have been around for so long is because they do work. They do tell a story. It is important to have stuff like that. You can't have the same kind of finish every single week, like you see.
And don't just
match every single week.
And when they do use it, it's always the same person doing it. If they have a person who might have a roll up dirty pen to pull the tights, we already know who it's going to be. It's going to be MJF. Right. MJF is the only person that does that stuff. No other heel does it.
at that point, how you're a heel just because you're a dick, but inside the ring you fight clean. Like
MJF doesn't have to be the only person that does it. He has his character down perfectly. He doesn't have to do everything he does is good.
But also, it all goes back to the point that they don't believe in the face heel dynamic.
Here's the
which is not like, dude, faces and heels are, if good and bad is a tale's old as time. Like it's okay. This is a story. Good and bad.
That's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. Like they're so against good and bad. Like good, like you said, it's the oldest thing in time. Hell, it's the stories of most of the Bibles and every other religious book.
It's made Disney a gazillion dollars. That's why they've been able to buy Marvel and Star Wars.
There's a reason that every movie and show doesn't end with like every character walking away hand in hand. Oh, everything got solved. It's not compelling TV.
It's not. Like villains play a role.
It's why the NWO is still so popular.
Yeah.
Like villains are needed. Good guys are needed. Knights in shining armors, things like that are needed. At the end of the day, I've said this like a bazillion times. Wrestling is a soap opera.
Yes, it is.
You guys are not giving us. AEW is giving us barely none of the acting, which is needed to be successful in sports entertainment.
That's why I walk away from some companies every week going, who am I supposed to cheer for? Yeah. Yeah. Look, and sometimes, fans take over and, they cheer for who they want to. But it is important for the most part to see that personality of someone break out. Because if it's just 30 men and women just, I want to be the best, and that's it. Wrestling is different from other sports for this reason, along with, the pre-tournament ship. It's different because you actually can get a story. You can get the soap opera stuff. That's what makes it special.
Mm-hmm.
To abandon that half of wrestling, it's just not as interesting.
And AEW hasn't done that since Dynamite has premiered.
Yeah. Yeah.
The last storyline they had was Cody not being able to challenge for the belt again.
Yeah.
Yeah, when MJF finally turned on him, he threw the towel in. Then he kicked him in the nuts. And then before that story, I would say the last time they actually had the whole actual storyline in AEW, it was Cody again when it was Cody versus Dustin.
Mm-hmm.
Because that everybody was emotionally involved with that, and then they brought it full circle because Cody was all crying, saying, "Hey, we don't need to be fighting. I want my brother."
And then we had Cody and Brody, which was like a pretty interesting story.
That was a good story.
Every story is fucking Cody. Cody H. The idea that facers hit down, it doesn't work in wrestling. It's stupid. Yeah. Exactly. Like,
right.
It's all about bringing you in with a story, man.
I'll give you a perfect example of a good heel versus face situation where it worked. Jinder Mahal, Randy Orton, when Jinder became the goddamn champ. Did you see how many people booed Jinder because he was a goddamn heel? That's what made the goddamn story compelling. The fact that people hated him so goddamn much.
Right.
All right. When you can get someone, and that's what you don't understand. When you get a bad guy or a heel like that, where there is genuine hate for them, you don't understand how that hate can help boost another wrestler's popularity. Whoever you have going against this mega villain, that person is now a star.
Look what happened to Jey Uso. His stock skyrocketed the second that they were thinking about even doing that feud.
It works.
Yeah.
Whoever's the good guy to take down the bad guy, you've now built yourself a new star.
AEW has done one thing right with doing that. I was listening to another podcast, and they kind of made a good point about it. I didn't even notice it because I was just kind of like, oh, well, I guess they just gave up on him. They stalled out Adam Page for the whole pandemic.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they did.
Cowboy shit was the shit when we had a crowd. And as soon as the pandemic happened, he disappeared because he wasn't trying to get it. And then when he did return, he's just been on the mid card. Like, he's probably going to be the
like
one.
Dark Order.
Right. He's just hanging with the Dark Order. He's probably going to be the one that beats
Kenny
Omega. He'll take Coda's spot.
And he should. Honestly, he should.
Because him and Kenny were tag partners, and he's going to look at him like Kenny said, yo, this is not the guy I was tag team champs with. What is up with you? Like, this whole pandemic, they've stalled out Adam Page. That is probably going to be that guy that they want to make their star, which we already knew, but it's just like so many people have kind of passed him up during all this pandemic crowd.
Yeah, hopefully when we get fans back, which you're going to see in AEW and WWE, Page gets back on track. Speaking of AEW, have you guys heard about this? So JR was...
They're going to leave JR the fuck alone.
JR said that Randy Orton...
You know what? Next motherfucker that talk bad about JR going to catch this goddamn blue moon across their goddamn head. Blue moon, sponsor.
So JR said that Randy Orton was the greatest pro wrestler on the planet today, right? That was his opinion, and I think we all have opinions on who we think is the best going right now. But apparently, AEW fans were pissed. They were fucking livid because he got destroyed by AEW fans and also AEW wrestlers for some reason. Like even Chris Jericho talked about it, and why does it matter? So he doesn't think Kenny Omega is the greatest wrestler on the planet, so people are gonna hate JR. Who cares?
Here's the thing: people got to understand something. There are a lot of people who don't like Randy Orton who think that Randy Orton is boring, and then there are some people who love Randy Orton. Okay, let's look at Randy Orton's overall track record. Besides The Miz, who is one of the safest people to work with?
Randy Orton.
Let's see.
How long has Randy Orton been doing this? Forever.
He's hurt himself more than he's hurt anybody else.
Yeah,
he hurts himself in that fucking RKO.
Right, like he's hurt himself to avoid hurting someone else. That's the fucking thing. To avoid hurting someone else, he's hurt himself. Randy Orton also has been in the ring with just about every single style of wrestling that has come through to WWE. He's been in the ring with the powerhouses. He's been with the ring with the super fast lucha libre styles. He's been in the ring with the technical wrestlers. So why wouldn't JR think that he's the greatest wrestler? You got to remember when Randy Orton first came out, who was the one doing the Randy Orton report with him? JR. Every week we got another update from young Randy Orton on his injury.
Well, so JR explains it. So first off, this is what he said. I don't think anybody is any better than Randy Orton in the wrestling business. It's subjective. I'm sure Kenny Omega fans would want me to say Kenny Omega is the best wrestler in the world. Some will, and they've got their right to that opinion. So all he said was, me
personally.
I think Randy. He's not saying Kenny sucks. Anything. It's just I think Randy Orton's the best wrestler. And
he's not wrong, because if you think about Randy Orton from the time he started his career all the way back in 2000, well, he debuted 2002, 2003, and all of the fuck ups and everything he's been through to now,
and
where he is level-headed. He is level-headed, has common damn sense. This dude went from being one of the most obnoxious, big-headed, egotistical wrestlers in the company to now he is the OG, the locker room leader, the guy that, don't fuck up anything. He's basically the dad of the locker room now, and he was a kid.
Which is crazy.
Let's be realistic. At one point, WWE was John Cena and Randy Orton for about 10 straight years.
Even when Randy Orton didn't deserve it. There was a point Randy Orton won his first world title in 2004 when he beat he who should not be named at SummerSlam, and didn't win another title for 3 years because he was just wellness policy violation.
My son couldn't stop that weed.
He couldn't stop smoking weed. He couldn't stop doing everything else under the sun. And I was the biggest Randy Orton fan in the world, and I'm like, why isn't this dude? Why is it being like 3 years and he ain't won the title again? That dude is like the biggest wellness policy violator of them all, and they kept him. They kept him, and for him to be at where he's at now, he's untouchable. He can't get in trouble. The man said a word that you should not be saying. And we gave him a pass.
Because
he was like, that.
And then on top of that, we were like, yo, who wouldn't say that shit playing that game?
He got a headshot on somebody and said headshot.
He stopped immediately after. He was like, oh shit.
He was like, oh fuck, I am on. Oh man, I forgot I was. He thought he was at the house.
He thought he was with the homies.
He thought he was at the house chilling. You know his ass be saying that shit with the Usos and Apollo and New Day and all the rest of them. Oh, what up, I know if let him, and he did the world a favor and we didn't even know it. All the way back in, what was that, like 2007? 2006, 2007, when he RKO'd Hulk Hogan on the back of that truck, that car.
Oh, where the camera came out of nowhere that we fucking were trying to figure out.
Mm-hmm. No, but when he sat there and murdered Hulk Hogan, then told Brooke Hogan talking about something. I don't know how it happened. I think he slipped and fell.
I just found him. I don't know what happened.
I just found him. Randy was doing us a fucking favor back then. He is an ally.
So Chris Jericho responded saying, in my opinion, Kenny Omega is the best wrestler in the world today. Others may feel differently, but I've been in the ring with everybody currently working on top, and there's nobody close. That is why Kenny Omega is AEW champ, the most protected title in the business. It is impossible to argue.
Here's the thing.
The most protected title in the business is the Universal title, because if Roman Reigns is holding that title, it ain't going nowhere.
and real quick, Jim Ross finished this off. I don't know how that could be such a big issue. I just don't get it. I agree. I don't know why it's a big issue. AEW's fans are fucking crazy.
It's his own personal fucking opinion. And you know what, Chris Jericho, I don't expect him to say anything less being in the position that he's in with that company and what he's trying to do. So I don't knock Jericho for saying that, because I don't expect anything less of that. But JR literally has been in every fucking promotion just
That's
about.
That's what I was just about to say. I said, how are people going to get on somebody who was around before
WCW, NWA,
WCW, any of this stuff existed?
He was in AWA.
The man literally has seen every single fucking wrestling company almost known to man, every territory. He's seen everything.
The motherfuckers that y'all are claiming is the best in the world, he watched the motherfuckers grow up. Literally.
Okay, we're not saying Omega sucks either. Like, it's just that this guy has an opinion that Randy Orton is the best. He didn't say Kenny Omega sucks. He just said Randy Orton is the best. That's it. That is all he said. I don't think Kenny Omega is the best wrestler in the world either. I'm not saying he sucks though. Like, it's not. You can have different opinions. It's okay to have different opinions. We all love wrestling. Let's just have it.
Like Kenny Omega is having a great time now. But Randy Orton, these last few years, has hit a stride that we have never seen Randy Orton hit ever in his career. He has been Mr. Reliable. And it's just like, we're going to give him his flowers.
Ladies and gentlemen, join us from Cincinnati, Ohio, the teacher man, the 2/3 of the tag team champions. Give it up for the Chet Lemon, our boy Mike Jones. Mike, we're talking about how fans are getting on JR for having his own opinion about Randy Orton being the best wrestler, and AEW fans saying it should be Kenny Omega. We're saying leave fucking JR alone. That's what we're saying, pretty much.
We're talking about one of the greatest to ever bless a mic, and not only just wrestling, but in professional sports history. AEW fans, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. It's just an opinion.
First of all, why you look like Ice Cube with that one? Like, that was an angry shut the fuck up. God damn. You ever seen a movie where he was going to beat dude up at 3 o'clock after school and he told him and he was like, yeah, that's the face Mike just put on right there.
Because, man, I'm sick of fucking AEW, and I'm even sicker of their fucking bitch ass fans. Yeah, I said it. AEW fans are nothing but a bunch of bitches. This man, like I said, is one of the greatest to ever press a fucking microphone. One of the greatest to ever tell stories with the microphone. He has more than the right to give his opinion on something. Shut the fuck up. What have y'all ever done that has been close to what JR has accomplished? What? What have y'all done that has come remotely to what this man has accomplished in his career? What have y'all done?
They just like picking on JR now.
I really think it like ever since Mara started doing this stuff again, people are like, oh, let's get rid of JR and get Mara. Shut up.
Morrow
Shut up.
Somewhere. And to keep it a buck, as much as we love Morrow, he is not cut out for the wrestling business. Mentally, he can't handle that.
He's good for his little appearances that he makes.
Drop another bomb on him.
He is exactly like Matt said. He is good for the appearances that he makes, and he is good.
Let him stick to boxing.
The wrestling locker room is too toxic for Morrow, so unfortunately, he can't do that full time. And let's not forget, JR. Back in the day, JR was not only being the color commentator, he was hiring folks.
Yeah, he was the part of talent relations. He was the head of talent relations.
Hold on. Drop another one on him, Mike. Hold on. Early, another bomb being dropped by Mike.
Like I've chose violence today, as you can see. But yeah, man. Since when does having your own opinion? Since when does that get you crucified?
Because there are some like one of the person who just commented, they said the AEW stands. The AEW stands can't get out of their own way. There are good AEW fans. They have some good fans. They have some good fans. But their stands, they have a lot of stands. I met a lot of them when I went to StarCast. When I went to the first Double or Nothing, I was like, we ain't seen nothing this company has done yet. And y'all are like, this is the greatest company in the world. I love them. They are nothing like WWE. And Cody is just the best. He's the best locker room leader.
Whoa.
I'll go anywhere that Cody. I'll follow him wherever he goes. Okay. I like Cody too, but he ain't like my end all be all. I like his entrance music. I like his gimmick. I don't like what he's doing right now because it's stupid.
Okay, I'll tell you this right now. I think Cody is one of the most boringest fucking
wrestlers. Cody is boring.
In the fucking ring, Cody is fucking boring.
Like when we talk about fantasy and y'all say, "Oh, Cody has a match," I legit forget. Like, oh, he did.
You ain't the only 3Ds 1J. You ain't the only one. You ain't the only one to say it. Cody is mad fucking overrated. The shit that Cody hates the fucking most is the shit that he was the best at. He hates Stardust. That shit made you a star, my G. Because guess what? without your brother and your fucking father, no one knows who the fuck you are. That Stardust was a play off your fucking brother who fucking helped your fucking career. Shut the fuck up. Plain and simple, bro. Like, Cody, the shit you hate so much about WWE is what made you fucking famous.
Well, the shit that he hates so much about WWE is what he literally does now. He is literally a younger Triple H.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what he is.
Say it again.
He is a younger.
Say it again.
Kenny, is this you in the comments? Is this you in the comments? I swear to God.
Is that you?
Nah. That ain't me. Look, that person understands where I'm feeling.
But Kenny said, say it again. Cody is, as much as I try to like not even act like I see it, I try to ignore it as much as I can. And I'm just like, Cody is literally Triple fucking H now.
like, think about this.
Because when we found out Triple H, there was a point in time when we were like, Triple H the wrestler. Okay. Triple H the wrestler. And then soon as he started coming out in them suits, and he had the ponytail, he already had extravagant entrances. But when he became an executive,
dyed his hair blonde like Triple H.
But when he became an executive, Triple H's entrances became ginormous. And every time it's a Cody is the only person. Adam Page comes out, his little theme comes on, and he just puts his hand up and the fireworks show up. Not Cody. Cody has an entrance theme to an entrance theme.
Hold on, Matt. I got one even better for you. At the time that this happened, the AEW champion was Jon Moxley. He made the announcement of his wife's pregnancy via Twitter, and that was all you heard. Cody, who doesn't even have a belt, had a whole fucking segment to announce. Pyro and everything to announce that Brandy was pregnant. You're champ! Moxley was champ!
Moxley, and he said it so off the cuff. He was doing a promo. He said, "Yeah, I'm at home with my pregnant wife." And we was like, "Hold up, rewind that." Did he say his wife pregnant? Oh yeah, he did. Well, damn. Okay, congrats.
Like Cody took 5 to 10 minutes, wasted our time. Don't get this wrong. We love Brandy. But that didn't need no TV time for that announcement.
But see, and then
wait, and then we get another TV time to announce the gender?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, remember they're gonna have a reality show called Roads to the Top. So now he's ripping off Miz.
Oh my God. Like I said, AEW, like I've said before, they do not have their own identity.
The all-American man.
I can't look. I was a Cody Rhodes fan forever, man, and I get it. I understand it. I don't think he's boring.
No, he's boring.
He's boring as fuck.
I don't think he's boring. I think he got a little cocky.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I've fallen asleep in the past 2 Cody matches.
He's boring.
Cody isn't boring to me, but he has really gotten full of himself, and he tries to downplay and tries to do that all shucks shit so much that I'm like, bruh, don't all shucks me. Your dad was all shucks. Your brother is all shucks. You is the cockiest motherfucker out of them three.
Because you know why? Because you know why Cody feels that this is pretty much silver spoon. That's what it is.
About to say.
That's what it is. It's a silver spoon problem with Cody. He feels he's entitled to this. I don't know who's one of us has a very high ass mic on right now, so I can hear the echo crazy. But maybe it's me. I feel that Cody just does so much.
This is Cody talking about. Someone asked if he's going to wear the polka dots for Double or Nothing. He says, "No, sir. Dusty rode with that name until 77 till the end, including the 11 months and dots. A match where both men are living that same dream, and on a weekend where we honor our fallen, I'll be in the Stars and Stripes.
Here's the thing. I've watched Dusty Rhodes for a very long time. Dusty Rhodes was one of the reasons why I began watching wrestling, because my dad was a very huge Dusty Rhodes fan. And one of the pictures that my dad had in the house in a frame was when Dusty Rhodes won the NWA championship from Ric Flair. Okay, and it's Dusty on the front of the PWI magazine with the belt on. He got a bandage over his fucking eye. He's half smiling because he just went through some shit to get the belt. And my dad had that shit in a fucking frame. Okay, I've watched Dusty for a very long time. I never remember seeing Dusty wearing red, white, and blue trunks. I've seen Dusty wrestle in all black trunks. I've seen Dusty wrestle in all green. I've seen Dusty wrestle in all light blue. I've even seen Dusty wrestle in black. I've seen Dusty wrestle in polka dots. I've never seen him in red, white, and blue. The only time I have ever seen anything red, white, and blue on Dusty was he had a bandana tied around his knee for a bunkhouse stampede match where he was tagging with the Road Warriors, and he had fucking face paint on. And they had on street clothes. Dusty had on, and for somebody who smokes weed, this is a hell of a memory I got. Dusty had on fucking cowboy boots, jeans, a cut up black t-shirt, a red bandana tied around his head, and a fucking American flag bandana around his knee pad. That's the only time I've ever seen Dusty with a goddamn American. So what the fuck is he talking about?
Because every week these motherfuckers gotta say something that I vehemently disagree with and gang up on me. Every
We don't
goddamn
gang up
week.
on you. We say some truthful shit that you don't want to admit, motherfucker.
We
That's
say the
what it
things
is.
the things that people are too afraid to say. Like I
And
said,
I ain't
like we
afraid to
said
say
before,
shit because I ain't made it big, so they can't sue me.
like we said before, AEW does not have their own identity.
Well,
They
let's get
don't
into some more
have their own
news.
identity.
We'll talk about AEW later when we go to the predictions.
Did y'all already talk about Dream?
Not
No,
yet.
we're gonna get into it.
Okay.
Before we get into that, Rick Boogs
Got the call up. That man has got the ultimate call up, and he is going to play.
Jobber City.
Watch your mouth.
Watch
Watch your fucking mouth, Michael.
You know what?
He's not even wrestling.
Go fuck yourself. No,
Exactly. And
That's saying bad
keep
about
that
Boogs.
motherfucker. We don't talk bad about the Boogs here.
No disrespect. Rick Boogs.
Rick Boogs is not going to wrestle. He is literally going to be out there to be everything that Elias is not. He
And I fucking love it.
He's going to play Shinsuke Nakamura out there to the ring every week.
And I do not fucking care. I love it. For those of you who don't know who Rick Boogs was a character that probably only appeared on NXT maybe about once. No, it has to been more than once. I know I've seen him at least twice.
I've seen him at least twice.
I've seen Boogs at least twice. I've seen him at least twice.
Because when I saw him, I said, this dude is literally like
rocking the fuck out.
This dude is like Red Bull.
Out. Rick Boogs, when he was in NXT, his character was, I guess, a dude stuck in the 80s heavy metal band era. He was, I guess, the new version of Van Hammer from back in the day.
He gets you hyped though.
Did
you
picture the Ultimate Warrior with an air guitar. That is fucking Rick Boogs.
Do you know he's a former 24/7 champion?
Yes.
Yeah, when he did the Old
Spice.
Yep. But as far as TV goes, it looks like he only had one TV match.
Get the fuck out of here.
And it was that match against Drew Gulak.
You know why we probably see him? Wait, you know why we said we probably see him?
Because he was in the crowd.
He was in the crowd during the beginning of the pandemic. You always saw him rocking out in the crowd.
He had one match, one entrance, one match, and the internet ate that shit up.
We fell fucking in love with the man. Dude, and then remember when I found him on fucking Instagram? The man is in a basement with nothing but weights, heavy fucking weights, just creating a fucking monster of himself.
He literally just lifts
Boogs
weights
is
and
huge.
plays guitar. He lifts weights, eats, and plays guitar. He sleeps somewhere in between then.
He's everything we've always wanted to be.
He's got to be at least about 285. He's got to be at least about 285. A solid fucking
straight up
everything Elias isn't. He's a more healthier Elias.
And he had that one match, I guess, and that motherfucker air guitared and rocked out during that fucking match. And before that match was over, we were all going, fucking Boogs. I need more of them. I'm still mad we missed out on the opportunity of Boogs and Loomis. Yeah, I'm mad we missed out on that opportunity of them being a tag team. Because I needed Boogs trying to get Loomis to rock out.
Yeah, I agree. I
needed that. But
I'm looking at everything, and like the only thing he's done are like dark matches. He was at tapings, but like he never did anything that got shown on TV. So it was
maybe that's why I said I've seen him more than once, because I have seen him at a taping too.
So it was just his in-ring match with Drew Gulak, and then this. That's it. And he is, and people love him. People love him, and you know what? Good, because he deserves it.
You know what? Zack Ryder, you talk about you're the internet champion. I think the fuck not, buddy. I think the fuck not.
Dude, I've never seen someone get over in a loss in their first match. One match in 3 years. And the internet's like, where's Boogs? Where's Boogs at?
That man knows how to get them hyped.
He shows up on Friday, and my entire Twitter feed was just, Boogs! Holy shit, Boogs! Like, it all over. Because
dude, you saw me in the chat.
Yes!
I'm
Ladies and gentlemen, I was away from my house. I was out of town for a wedding. We didn't have cable where we were. So I didn't get to see Boogs debut on SmackDown. So I was pissed because I missed Boogs debuting on the main roster.
I sent you a video.
And I appreciate it because that was awesome. I loved it. I want more. I cannot wait to see more. I can't wait for Friday. Dude, I can't wait for Friday. I can't. I'm so excited for it.
You see the shirt I got on because of
Yeah.
Because of Boogs.
I can't wait to see
and I see Mike over there. I see Mike over there biting his tongue, wanting to say job was so fucking bad. But God damn it, we're not slandering Boogs. Damn it, we're not slandering him.
I was just gonna say he's a rocker swinger, but
that's fine.
But we love it. We'll take it
because we here at the Under the Ring podcast. We stand with Swinger.
Exactly.
Who else y'all think on debut gonna pop up now?
Next, Balor.
Again, that's you know what? That's something I wanted to talk about. He got killed by Cross last night, so the only thing for him to do is go back up. And what happened last time he was up?
Well, I think if he didn't get hurt being the first Universal Champion.
That's what he says killed his momentum because we literally had him for 3 weeks.
And I'm going to be honest with you.
He beat Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in his first 3 weeks.
He was shoved down our throats so quickly.
He should have never been in that spot.
Probably not.
That was one of the main reasons why I hated Finn in the beginning too. If you remember.
Yes.
I was very pissed that this motherfucker had 2 matches and was the Universal Champion. I was very pissed.
And we hated him even more because our asses had Roman and we had Seth Rollins. And this motherfucker beat both of our fucking people.
I was very pissed. This motherfucker has 3 matches and he's fucking champion. And that's when all Seth was dropkick, man.
Listen, he showed up. Like, he literally got drafted. He showed up the next week. They said, we don't have a title. We're going to name it. That's when Mick Foley was running Raw. And he said, we're going to call it the Universal title. And we're going to have we're gonna have Seth versus. I don't even know who Seth thought. I just remember Roman versus Finn, and Finn did his little jacket thing. I'm like, oh, Roman gonna beat his ass. Nope, he
I
beat
think
Roman.
the fuck not.
Then I'm like, oh, well, Seth gonna beat that ass too. Nope,
I
he
think
shows
the
up.
fuck not.
They ruined the fucking demon at first because he had Seth Rollins calling out the demon.
Well, that's the thing is the main roster, they made it seem like if he wasn't the demon, he wasn't going to win.
Oh, yeah. He beat Lashley's ass as the demon. He beat AJ's ass as the demon.
Like, without the demon, he didn't win any major matches. And that the thing about the demon is Finn in NXT, he was still Finn Balor. It was just extra hype shit. But in the main roster, they're like, it's a demon. He's a demon inside Finn. And that's how – no, you didn't get it. You fucked it up.
Like they always do.
They made it stupid.
Did Bray beat the demon?
No.
They never got a fight. Bray got swamp flu.
He got swamp syphilis. That's what we called it. Swamp syphilis.
Yes.
We called it swamp syphilis.
For those of you that don't know what the fuck that is.
That was back, remember back when everybody got like really, really sick in WWE? I think
that was them. That could have been the beginning of COVID for all we fucking know.
It could have been. What we called it here under the ring was we called it swamp syphilis. That's what we called it.
Because Roman got sick. It was that shit.
Didn't like all the Wyatts catch that shit?
Yeah.
That's what we named it swamp. Like if these motherfuckers got it, it's from the swamp.
We was happy. We was happy Bray got sick because Bray had said, I'm going to come out as Sister Abigail. And Finn had that weird promo where he wasn't the red and black demon. He was like pumpkin demon.
Orange?
He was orange. Yeah. He was pumpkin demon. And we was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? And we were like, this is going to be horrible. Bray got swamp syphilis. And then we had the awesome match that ended up becoming AJ versus Finn. And then they too sweeted at the end. That's the only time they fought. So I feel like he said if he goes back up to the main roster this time around, it's going to be different because, one, he's not going to be injured as much as he was. Because remember when he was on the main roster, like he got hurt. He got up, he got hurt. And then after that, he never recovered. It was just like, what's up with Finn? He stayed in the mid-card. He had that great match with Brock Lesnar, but he was in the IC title picture all the time.
If anything, here's the thing. If they do call him up, then he's going to SmackDown and he's going to fight Roman.
They wanted to bring him back to the main roster this last time, and he's like, no, send me back down to the NXT. He said, I need to fix some stuff. And I'm glad they listened. Maybe this time around, if we can get the Prince versus the head of the table, or the Prince. He's already said that he's not bringing out the demon. I just knew he was gonna have the demon show up for Cross. That man had died twice without the demon.
About so in New Japan, him being all face painted up, it's a new kind of Prince Devitt. It was just his hype up shit.
It was just him being expressive.
So
right, I like the Jekyll and Hyde when he came out with the Hannibal Lecter.
The demon stuff, it's cool, but when you treat it as a different character and it's like it didn't need to be supernatural. And them making it, and I know why they did it. It's because they had it was before Finn Balor fought Kevin Owens for that championship, the NXT championship, and he talked about the demon, and he said it's this side of me. And my name is because of this and this. Like, these two demons are like Gaelic lore, and it's
I hated that when he came there when he debuted. He was Prince Devitt for like a week, and he was like, "My name is Finn Balor." Like, ew.
And he explained it why, and he was like, and the demon is like a side of me, and Vince heard that and was like, the demon. He's possessed by a demon. It's like, no, it's not. That's not what that meant.
That's good shit. Yeah. Good shit. The demon. Yeah.
Well, remember that 1-2K when they had the Jack the Ripper demon on there because he had he did that one entrance at TakeOver. And they were like, that shit was dope. But I was like, damn.
Right. That shit was dope. That shit was dope as fuck. the Jack the Ripper.
Yeah,
in New Japan, he did Hannibal Lecter.
The Prince is that's what you need to have.
I'm
Because
expecting
clearly WWE didn't know how to fucking handle.
I'm expecting him to show up. Maybe
All right.
Yo and maybe Io.
Let's talk about this and drive away the fucking people that are watching this show. Velveteen Dream.
Oh, Velveteen Dream.
So last week, Velveteen Dream was released from the WWE. Officially gave him his walking papers. Apparently he had some attitude issues, which kind of led to this. Reportedly, this has nothing to do with the accusations from last summer, and it has everything to do with just him personally. He was in a lot of car accidents, and he just kind of had his head up his own ass, and that's what led to this. I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure this has something to do, at least a little bit, with the allegations because that shit wasn't going away.
Right.
But here's the thing, and this is really, really unpopular, and this is going to be, oh, God. Everyone on this podcast believes that
he ain't fucking do it.
He got screwed.
We're playing it simple. Yeah, he ain't do it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. If you like touching little kids and if you like fucking around with little kids, when it's time for you to make a statement, you're not gonna give as much detail unless you're just a 100% unless you're just a 100% sick SVU fuck. Like Law and Order SVU fuck where them motherfuckers be enjoying that shit. If you're getting accused of some shit where like this, you're not gonna give exact details of the situation that happened, the background story between you and the accuser, and you wouldn't even name the accusers. He named them and explained every last detail of every last thing that was in question. When we were like, why did he give police? Right. And then we was like, why we all were like, it does look kind of weird, the voicemail, why did he sound like that? He literally explained that. He said, keeping in persona with my character Velveteen Dream, letting him know how promos are supposed to be react. I sent the voice message in my persona. So he knows. He asked for it.
Is it weird?
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird. He's a weird guy. But here's the thing, and this is the thing that always threw me off about it, and it was just everyone just kind of ignored it, and it really bugged me, and it rubbed me the wrong way. No pun intended.
You meant that shit.
The thing, when we got that screen grab of that motherfucker's group chat, and it said exposing in words. And it was like, that's a wrap, right? This is it. That's clearly this is bullshit. And people just turned a blind eye to that, like it didn't happen.
Right.
And I don't know why. And I saw people say, "Oh, it's probably like something about how somebody made it up." It wasn't fake. It was not a fake screen. That shit was real. Because it came from the motherfucker's Instagram where he posted the chats. So I don't know why that was just ignored. And
you know why, Mongo? You know why? Because a lot of these wrestling fans are a bunch of racist pricks.
I was going to say that. Here's the thing, and I really hate to do this when we're talking about this like underrated, and it's gross. It's really gross. But there were a lot of people that got called out the past few years that same shit happened and they kind of got forgiven.
Right.
Enzo, they let it go.
Let's be realistic. At the end of the day, wrestling was for the redneck good old boys. And that's still a majority of wrestling fans.
Right.
So that is going to play a huge factor into why, and I hate to say it, the majority of the redneck good old boys are the ones who are still showing up to live events at these house shows, still the ones making the merch stands disappear. Those are the ones that'll come out with Exactly. The group chat should have did that whole conversation. Those are the redneck ones are the ones that have come out with the 4 and 5 championship belts on at the wrestling events.
Mm-hmm. The rednecks that sit in mama's basement eating Cheerios, Lord knows what, saving up, and all they got to do, they ain't got no responsibility.
It's
so
the
they spend all what little money they do make on
the Bagel Bite Brigade. That's what they're called, the Bagel Bite Brigade.
And those are also the ones that still set back women's wrestling by 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Why is her tits not out? Where's the brown panty matches? Ain't no more evening gown matches? Well, I'll be damned. These women can't wrestle.
Because reading that whole statement, it just brought it down to this plain and simple. This was basically two fans, basically representing a majority, that's what they are, a majority, even though they're technically a minority, but they're the majority.
The fucking bigots, yeah.
Yeah. They felt threatened. They saw a black man on the cusp of superstardom. The man was still in NXT and he was in the video game commercial.
That's all it took.
Rubbing shoulders with Bret Hart, HBK, Stone Cold,
Hulk
Hogan.
The man who fired him.
Yep.
The man who cut you and said you was too much for Tough Enough. You and came back and be like, oh, I'm not tough enough, Terry. Okay.
And you know, I like I told in the group chat, I definitely heard people say, "Oh, you're letting their fandom blind what reality is." No, I'm not, because I've been a fan of a lot of people, especially in the past year. They got caught out for their bullshit. And
fucking Mike Elgin.
Yeah, I burned. I got rid of my gear. I stopped watching, and it sucked. I was such a big Mike Elgin fan. Oh my god, man! That hurt. That hurts.
I dropped being Bobby Fish because I found out he was a MAGA.
Right.
Like, and then Marty Scurll, that whole thing. Like, I think we were all Marty Scurll fans.
We were all over here going whoop whoop,
like
whoop, whoop, all of us.
The thing. It's just if it looks fucking fishy, and then that happened, and it's just like, I don't know if I can believe this. I just not enough to where you're just like, fuck this guy and ruin his career, and like permanently, like it's. And I want to bring up something that I think needs to be said too, because this plays into a big factor of it also. A lot of people have to understand, as he made the statement, the very first thing he said is, "My name is Patrick Clark," and he began to address the persona of Velveteen Dream. A lot of people believed in this story because they believe Patrick Clark was the androgynous gay character that is the Velveteen Dream.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, as I've said it on numerous times and occasions, wrestling is a soap opera. It's acting. Velveteen Dream was being an actor. He was acting. It was a persona. Hell, Will Smith did a movie where he was 100% gay. We know he's not gay.
Because I straight remember going to an NXT house show way before Velveteen Dream even hit the screen. And I remember going into the chat and telling y'all, hey, Patrick Clark is calling himself Velveteen Dream now. He looks like a bootleg Prince. Because he was still trying to get it off. So I was like,
we weren't sold.
I was like, he looks like a bootleg Prince.
What the fuck is this?
I was like, it's better than him being the Trump supporter.
Yeah, Patrick Clark he's always been the
controversial character,
outrageous controversial character I can be, and we'll see what happens. And the Velveteen Dream stuck, but I really think people just want it to be true more than anything else.
And I saw people
they couldn't separate
that child molester finally got what he deserved. I'm burning his shirt. Now,
and this what makes it worse.
They can't separate Velveteen Dream from Patrick Clark. That's the biggest problem right now.
Well, here's what's even worse. Now that Velveteen Dream is gone, guess who they've put all their focus on now? Austin Theory.
We'll see what happens with Austin Theory.
They're saying, well, they got rid of one of them. Now they need to do something about Austin Theory. Why is he still hanging around with Johnny Gargano?
What did Austin Theory even do?
He was with the youngin.
Yeah, he was supposedly a perv.
He took a picture with a young fan, and then Twitter took that out of proportion.
No, I don't know. I think he sent some messages or some shit to it too, supposedly.
They started going after Austin Theory, then they started going after Justin Roberts in AEW. Justin Roberts, I saw the shit that Justin Roberts was saying to a young fan, and he was on some creepy stuff.
I know other theories was someone said that he asked for some pictures on Snapchat when he was younger.
And he's already young as it is, so it's just like he was.
Isn't he like 12?
Right.
Well, another thing about Dream was like someone said, well, he tried to hit on a 16-year-old when he was 19. So
let's keep 19. Keep it a buck. And 16 in majority of states is the age of consent.
You still fucking.
I know that's a rough topic.
He's still a fucking teenager.
He was a teenager too.
Like, and let's be realistic. In most places, they're 16 and 19-year-olds that are dating left and right.
Right.
Let's think about it. Most of the time, if girls bring the 16-year-old going to her junior prom or whatever the case like that is bringing her 19-year-old boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like
if we're just gonna start saying that now that's not okay. All right, but
that goes across just about almost every goddamn racing.
Because our grandmas and grandpas was definitely separated.
Mm-hmm.
Grandpa is definitely a few years older than grandma.
My grandfather is a good 5-6 years older than my grandmother. Okay, my father is 7 years older than my mother. All right, let's be realistic.
Yeah, it's like if we're gonna start saying that now, all right, whatever. If that's what you want to do, but we can't go back and say, all right, that back it's not good now, but back then we're gonna count it. No, I'm not doing that. It's not how this is gonna work.
And then like this been going on for over a year. Where's the concrete evidence?
They didn't have any, and he
exactly. That's what makes these fans even more idiotic.
Like 3D's one Jay said, even if he was gay or bisexual, how would that be an automatic qualifier for being a sexual assaulter?
It's like I told Mongo the other day. It's another example of the blind leading the blind.
And he made the perfect point in his statement saying, I told this kid to send me a picture of his physique. Our physique, he's like, our promo and our physique is the two things that are going to get us by in this business. That's what we need. If his physique, he's like, I'm gonna look at what he looks like, and I'm gonna tell him this is what you need to do, X, Y, and Z. He said, I ain't trying to be no creep. He said, whoever decided to be nasty and break into my iCloud or whatever, where he had private photos, and say that I sent pictures to that kid.
And the second that happened, he
went to the police.
He went to the police. Like I said, a guilty
man
is not going to the police.
It's.
Even WWE contacted. He went to WWE and was like, "Yo, somebody put my junk out there. That I ain't do that."
People, when people just say, they didn't really investigate it. They don't care. I don't care how evil you think people are. I don't care how evil you think a company is.
Too long. He disappeared for too long for them to not have to investigate it.
Oh, they definitely investigated it. But I don't care how evil you think somebody in the company is. I don't care. Everyone has kids in that company, and they're not going to let someone around that company if they think they're a fucking child molester. It's just not going to happen.
Exactly.
It's just like
it's just not going to happen. Dude, Triple H has 3 fucking daughters. Like it's not not going down.
He would have been gone like that.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Savage still ain't in the Hall of Fame because they think he touched Stephanie. All right, and that man died.
He's in.
Well, yeah, he's in.
Look how long it waits till he died before he let his ass in.
You can't just say, "Oh, I don't agree. I don't disagree with this." So therefore, the person in charge is evil. No, man. Like,
and people have to also remember.
Stop thinking that way.
Stop acting like WWE is doing all this download dirty ass shit. This is no longer the privately held WWE. They are a publicly traded company. They have to answer to shareholders. If you're doing something wrong, this can't just be like, "Whoop, I suck." Vince has to take his ass to the shareholders meeting and also answer to their asses. So if you fucking up, if they sit there and ask you, so what happened with the Velveteen Dream? Well, the Patrick Clark situation. Why did you guys let go of him without giving him a thorough investigation? That sounds like a PR. That sounds like a
PR nightmare.
That's just PR nightmare. What happened? What happened, Vince? No. They investigated. It became too much. I'm pretty sure they said we're gonna let you go. Say what you need to say. Lay low. Keep training. Keep yourself in shape. He's going to be back there in 2022.
I don't think he has a 90-day clause in his release, does he?
I don't think he does either. But again, they're and people are like, who's going to hire him? Look, man, I don't know who's going to hire him, but I'm just
all it takes is that one person.
It is not as open and shut as y'all thought it was, and it really aggravated this because there are people that deserve to lose their jobs and go to jail.
Exactly.
They do. Fuck Joey Ryan 1,000%. He can eat.
I hope that motherfucker gets butt fucked every day in jail.
Sadly, he's been getting cases dismissed.
I hate it, dude, because there's no fuck. But you have to look at everything, and also we're not all fucking cop. Like just because you think on Twitter, oh, I think this guy, you're not the investigator.
Here's the thing. Here's another thing that people need to understand. Oh, why didn't WWE do their own investigation? Because it's a criminal fucking case. WWE is not the police. They do any kind of investigation as far as talking to that person who is accusing Velveteen Dream. That is called tampering with a witness. And WWE will get in major fucking trouble for fucking up a case. That's another thing that people need to fucking understand. WWE is not the goddamn police.
Maybe, yeah.
Here's the thing. I hope he owns the name. I hope he owns some kind of rights to the name Velveteen Dream. Because if he does, take that shit to fucking Impact.
I don't think he owns it because at the end of his statement, he said Dream is officially over.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I hate this guy's life got fucked. Because look, and again, we've said this before, and I'll say it again. If we're wrong,
we're wrong, and that
true. We'll apologize, and he can go fuck himself.
And not every word I said.
But it's not what y'all thought it was.
Deal.
He got a
deal. You got a raw deal.
Comments like at the end of the day. Listen, I love wrestling. We all love wrestling. We all love wrestling, but I despise wrestling fans.
Yeah.
I despise wrestling fans. What this was.
Hold on. Before you say that, we love wrestling fans on the low because we need y'all as viewers and we want y'all as to help support this podcast. But as far as y'all opinions, a lot of y'all opinions suck fucking.
You know what? Fuck. You know what? Send the hate mail to me this week. You know what?
Nobody watch right
y'all.
now. Just everybody.
Fuck y'all. Because
God damn it, Mike. We want to get paid, brother. We want to get paid.
On this podcast, you gonna get the real. On this podcast, you gonna get the real. Fuck y'all. Because what this was a fucking witch hunt against this man.
It really was.
It was a fucking witch hunt. And the thing that I can't stand the most about fucking wrestling fans, not all, but a huge portion.
But you know who you are. You know who you are.
It's a majority of this. It's a minority of that majority. That's what it is. It's a huge minority of that majority.
And like Kenny mentioned earlier, and like we've mentioned time and time again in this podcast, so many of these fucking imbeciles cannot separate the wrestler from the person. Again, Dream was trying to help this guy and help both of these guys jumpstart their careers. He even went to the point to where he put his own persona out there, just to give an example. And someone said in UTR the other day, these two motherfuckers tried to capitalize on the Me Too movement. That's what this is.
Pretty much.
They tried to capitalize on the Me Too movement. They saw that the Me Too movement was going on. All these women and men were sexually abused, mentally, physically, and these two motherfuckers tried to hop on that wave. And you ruined this man's career in WWE.
And I'm not getting rid of my fucking shirt.
Oh shit!
And I need to find my shirt too. A fucking witch hunt against this man.
All right,
but
so that's the Velveteen Dream thing.
One person did fairly get fired, and that was Drake Wirtz.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck Drake. Fuck Drake Wirtz.
Yeah.
Hold on. Y'all know what I need to do for that. We need to drop a bomb for Drake Wirtz getting fired. Let's drop a bomb one time.
And some people said they was like, "Well, what took them so long?" Again, WWE is a publicly
drop a bomb for his ass getting fired.
WWE is a publicly traded company. They knew he was a nuisance, but they were trying to make sure they weren't leaving themselves open to get sued by him. They crossed all their T's and dotted all their I's to make sure they could legally fire that motherfucker.
Right,
dude. That dude had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to shut up, and he didn't do it.
And then,
I saw something on Twitter that says that he might be returning to indie wrestling as a wrestler.
Good luck.
He might as well.
Good luck. Good luck. Because out there, the indie wrestling, they ain't the fucking lawyers to keep your ass safe.
And then you know who else WWE told to shut up? Bye, Adnan.
Yeah, so Adnan Burke got released, and
they mutually agreed.
He's saying it was
wrong.
He said the travel was too much.
He got fired.
They told him to go.
He said
fired. He got jazzed. He got
your ass got the game.
He said the travel was too much, and they're replacing him with Jimmy Smith.
The hotel to the bubble.
Apparently, between that and then going to the MLB Network, wherever the fuck they're located at.
Here's the thing. You know what, Mongo? You mentioned it. They're going to replace him with Jimmy Smith. At first, I was like, oh, man, another UFC guy. But then I looked and I realized who the hell Jimmy Smith is. I like Jimmy Smith.
Yeah.
I like him. He used to have a show, as I said in the chat, called Fight Quest, where him and his boy used to go to different countries, and whatever the main combat sport was of that country, they would try to learn it within like 10 days and then compete against like some of the top people who like knew that shit. So a lot of times he would get fucked up. Okay, he would get fucked up a lot of the times. Okay, so I kind of like him from that. And like, even though he was, of course, the show was about them training and fighting and stuff like that, his commentary was pretty good. So when I finally figured out who it was, as you saw, I got kind of excited. I'm like, oh, I fuck with Jimmy. I like Jimmy. Pause.
and at least that makes more sense than fucking Adnan. Like I said, Adnan had no business commentating Raw. If anything, he should have been the host of the pre-shows.
He was good. I mean, he
was a baseball commentator, man. It does not translate.
He was definitely the peg going into the square hole. He just didn't belong
maybe
there.
Maybe I'm biased. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm biased, but a person I wouldn't mind seeing doing commentating at least one time, getting a try at it. Like I said, maybe I'm biased because of where I live and because I literally do listen to this dude every day. Peter Rosenberg.
I think Rosenberg could do it. Vert was just baseball to wrestling does not translate. Jimmy Smith, I think fighting to wrestling does translate. We saw Mauro Ranallo kill it.
Right.
Exactly.
Like it's all about the excitement you bring in wrestling. And he can do that. And Peter Rosenberg being a guy that gets hyped as shit like Peter Rosenberg does.
He knows wrestling.
And being a big wrestling fan.
And plus,
he's a big wrestling fan.
He's been working with the company for a few years now.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. I'm of course everybody that knows I live in New York City. So Hot 97 is our major radio station. And he is a part of the morning show on Hot 97. And I'm going to be honest, he is a major part of the reason why I listen. You know what I mean?
Right.
He gets you hyped. He's informative. He knows what he's talking about, and he's passionate about what he talks about. He's also on the ESPN show with Michael Kay on the radio.
Right.
And even when talking about baseball and other sports, he's passionate about it. If you have someone who's a passionate talker, then they're good at Raw. Jimmy, like I said, he was passionate when he was going on Fight Quest, talking about like training situations and what's going on and what can go on and things like that. He was passionate about it. So him going over into wrestling as a commentator, I definitely can see it work. But if I had to do a personal pick, me, like I said, being biased because of where I'm from, I would pick Rosenberg. Because even on the pre-shows, he generates heat from the old timers. He has fans such as from people like me, so he can work it.
Right.
I wouldn't mind seeing him on the commentary booth at least for one night. I'm putting my bid in for Rosenberg for one time on Raw. Can't be no worse than my man Adon.
So yeah, I guess that's the majority of the news. Well, there's some other things. I want to bring this up real quick. Back to Boogs. On WWE's YouTube channel, in the past week, Boogs' debut is top 5 in views.
Damn.
The only thing that has beaten it is the Drew Kofi match on Raw, and anything that involves Seth or Roman on SmackDown. It's literally number 5.
That's what's up, because Boogs is the fucking man, yo.
Mm-hmm. It hit. I think it hit around 690 something thousand views.
Yo, Boogs is the fucking man. He's the fucking man, yo. Like, and the thing about it is, it has everything to do with a character. I've said it before. A good character, such as Velveteen Dream, Boogs, can get a crowd and can get fans into wrestling.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of views, Raw hit one of the worst numbers of the year. 1.621 million viewers for Raw, average.
Damn.
They started out like 1.66 and went down to 1.58 for the third hour. And they're 0.45 in the 18 to 49 demo, which is pretty piss poor. What is Raw doing that is keeping y'all's attention right now, besides Arcade Bro?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Fantasy.
That's it. And that's where we transition into something we're going to do special this week. Ladies and gentlemen, we've talked about fantasy before, how we do fantasy wrestling. We've been doing this for many years.
Yes.
Tonight, we're going to give you our fantasy rosters for the week.
For the Impact and AEW game, not for
the WWE game.
Not for the WWE game.
Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, what we have done is pretty much almost like fantasy football. We've taken wrestlers from AEW and Impact, and we kind of jumbled them all together, and we drafted them just like you would for your fantasy football, for your fantasy basketball, baseball, whatever it may be.
And it makes the show more enjoyable.
It does. It makes the show more enjoyable because you find yourself a little bit more vested into the match with certain people.
Especially for WWE.
Right. Especially for WWE. But it gives us the opportunity to, if you win a match, you get a certain amount of points. If you lose a match, that's a certain amount of the points deducted from your score. If there's a title being won, that's a certain point. If you're a champion and you defend, we legit have different rules to this shit. We legit have rules. We have almost everything covered from any type of match to any type of outcome that you can possibly come as far as point total. Now, at this moment in time, we have 2 teams within the UTR Fantasy League. We have Full Gear, which is run by my brother Mike Jones, aka Mr. Chet Lemon. and we have Resolution. I'm sorry, I didn't say that right. Resolution, which is run by myself. It's the Kendengo Boot. And at this point in time, like I said, this is something new. We never usually do this. Mongo, of course, is on Full Gear with Mike. Matt, of course, is on Resolution with myself. Our boy Reggie, who is a faithful fan, is a part of Team Resolution.
And Justin.
And our boy Otis, Justin. Our boy
baby Otis.
Right. Our boy, the champion, the Puerto Rican Bronson Reed, is a part of Full Gear.
If you if you're watching this and you want to be a part of this at all, please join us, our Facebook group. We update, we talk about stuff all the time. It's really why we all pretty much got more into wrestling.
Right. It makes it a little bit more fun. It makes it a little bit more fun.
And people, if you wanna participate, just say something. Like I said, like the fella said, join the group and say something.
And if you want to join the WWE one, just come to NWO.
Exactly.
So right now we're pretty much in a tight race. Our season is pretty goddamn long. Okay, just to let you know that the season is going to be over Slammiversary, but as of right now, we have this score at Full Gear at 239 and Resolution 251. All right, so we are back, motherfuckers, because at one point, Full Gear, I'll put it to you this way: this game is so much fun and so much makes wrestling so much more interesting. There was a night where every one of us had matches on a goddamn pay-per-view card. And at the end of the matches, between all the minuses and pluses of our matches, we wound up with a total of 20 combined points. Because how the matches.
Because unlike WWE, the Impact AEW game is more fun than the WWE game because AEW and Impact have a lot more upsets happen. They're not as predictable. You can't find spoilers. There's not much dirt wrote about those shows.
Impact has been taped for so long, for so many months, and it is a bitch to find anything. It is.
You don't even know what fucking matches are going on until the day before the damn show comes on.
Right.
I'm dying at the love connection going on in the back, Bongo. I'm just letting you know that right now. I'm dying at the love connection in the back right now.
Oh, the big one's gonna bite his ass in a few seconds.
About to say, Cop was trying to show some love, and Max is just like, all right, you got about 5 more minutes. About 5 more minutes.
Impact has been talking about, we've been hearing a lot of reports about Impact having like one of the greatest matches of the year coming up. It's an X Division match. No one knows who the fuck is in the match. Like all the report, I've seen so many reports like, "Oh, this match is going to blow you away. It's going to be one of the greatest matches you'll see this year, maybe of the past 2 years." Who's in it? I can't say. We don't know. Anyone that asks, they'll just Impact will say, "Yeah, it was a great match." I'm not going to tell you who it was.
Meanwhile, we can get a spoiler. We get spoilers on where the Thunderdome is moving, and
like it's so that with Impact now being very, very like fucking tight-lipped about shit, and AEW always being live at this point, it is impossible to predict anything. It's very tough. Which is why when we do predictions, we lose that shit every fucking
right. Like 1 week you'll win like 40 fucking points, and then the next week you'll lose 50.
Yeah, it's impossible. It's impossible. It's
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Since we are in the lead right now, I guess Full Gear can give us your rosters. Who you starting for the week?
We're finalizing that right now. Mike, you think you're ready to go?
That's how we felt.
There's one match coming up at this pay-per-view that's got us really, really worried.
I wonder if it's the same match that we were talking about.
Because someone should win, but Like they should win, but are they gonna win?
Are you talking about a guy who has the same last name as a cowboy?
Yeah.
Facing the golf father and son.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that match too. It's like, Sting and Darby probably are gonna win, but Ethan Page and Scorpio technically
should win.
They need to win.
They both need to win.
Well, no, like Sting and Darby. If they had lost that damn
street fight with Cage and them, it'd been okay.
Yeah, but because they didn't lose that, it puts us in a weird spot.
Right. And now and they can't say, well, Darby lost the TNT title. Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything to Sting. It doesn't mean anything to his dad.
We'll get into those predictions a little bit in a second. So, what's your starting roster for the week?
Darby.
You still gonna have to put it in the chat so I can remember. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Absolutely. It's and we'll get into the prediction soon. I'm gonna go ahead and run down the card real quick, so we know this is why we're having problems. So we have Serena.
No, don't run down the card just yet, there, brother, because I don't want nobody to change no picks on what they putting out there for their roster.
It's not changing anything. I just want people. If we're doing this on the podcast, I want to show this is like the main thing that we're talking about. We're doing Impact and AEW. So AEW has 2 shows this week, one being Dynamite and one being Double or Nothing on Sunday. Impact has their show tomorrow night. Usually we have this stuff done by 6 o'clock, 6 or 7-ish on Wednesday. On Wednesdays, because you want to do it before Dynamite. So along with whatever the fuck is going to happen on Dynamite and Impact, we still have no idea. Double or Nothing has Serena D versus Riho. Omega versus Cassidy versus Pac. Hikaru Shida versus Dr. Britt Baker. Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Gogo in a fight for America's freedom. Christian Cage versus Matt Sydal or yada yada. It's a fucking casino battle royal. Adam Page versus Brian Cage. Miro versus Lance Archer. The Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle. Sting and Darby versus Scorpio and Ethan.
Oh boy.
And the Bucks versus John Moxley and Eddie Kingston. It's like
almost pay-per-view.
Almost all these matches are like, okay, this person should win. But with AEW and Impact, that doesn't mean shit.
All right. So what's your roster, brother? Who you starting?
What up, Mike?
Fuck.
This was a hard ass week. Especially with Dynamite moving to Friday this week. It's like they ain't giving us no type of hints. They are fucking us over, and you got to blame the NBA on that.
Starting. Fuck. Kenny Omega.
Of course.
Moose.
Moose. Meese.
Mason.
Nieces. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, what we have to do every week is we have to set a roster. 6 singles men, 2 tag teams, 2 women.
And with it being 2 teams, the rosters are stacked. That's why we got to add a 3rd team.
Yeah, so Kenny Omega, Moose. I'm going to just say fuck it and just start both Darby and Page just to be safe.
Hey.
Because you just don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
Get something. You're going to get something.
You never know.
Trey Miguel and Chris Bay. Women. Sheeta should fucking lose. But you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to start Deanna and I'm going to start Britt Baker.
Okay.
And for the tag teams, going to start Mox and Eddie Kingston.
Of course. Take those points. Y'all can take those
title points.
Yep. Let's go ahead and take them.
And Fire and flavor.
Okay.
All right. For us, we are going to play it a little safe. We're gonna start the Rich Homie. We're gonna go with Rich Swan.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to grab some points with Hangman Page.
Yep.
Playing it a little safe again with Ray Phoenix because we know he's out with injury. So
Yeah, he dead.
Right, he dead. So we know we can't lose points with a motherfucker that ain't playing, that ain't fighting. So that's how we playing it safe with that.
Right.
One. Trying to grab a couple of more points with Cody. We're gonna try to grab some title points with our boy Mid
He got a title defense on Friday
and Saturday.
Sunday.
I'm sorry, Friday and Sunday. So I'm hoping for two.
Who's he defend against on Friday?
Dude from Top Flight, Dwayne Martin.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a point.
Right.
Ain't no fucking way.
And then because he might have a random match on Impact because we just never know. We're gonna start W Morrissey. Just never know with Impact. They do have random fucking matches.
Right.
For our tag
Max Bass again?
Maybe. For our tag team, we are not starting the Young Bucks. They are on the fucking bench.
They are sitting their asses on the, they're gonna be on the young bench.
They are sitting they have those Dior's on the fucking bench this week. Okay.
I wonder why. Why do you not have faith in the Young Bucks? I'm so curious.
Because we are not dumb. We are not dumb. No. And the other tag team we are starting the two tag teams we're gonna start are Good Brothers because we figure they're gonna do something and fuck up Omega's match somehow. So we just something like that. And this one we was kind of iffy about, but we're gonna start the Pinnacle. We're gonna start the Pinnacle in that Stadium Stampede.
We also have no choice.
Okay, I was about to say they got that Stadium Stampede match.
Yeah. We're gonna start the Pinnacle. It's a little iffy on that.
That match is 50-50.
Yeah.
I mean, if we lose the points from that, I mean the Miro, the title defense,
the double Miro show.
Miro.
You know, we're gonna try to get some Cody and some Hangman points right there.
And then our women,
for our women, we gonna get some title points because we picking Sarina Deeb to start. And we are also gonna go Taylor Wilde because she's in that multiple women match tomorrow on Impact. So you're gonna try to grab some points from that.
Who all in that match?
It's shit. Hold on, I'll tell you. Taylor Wilde, Tennille Dashwood, Rosemary Havoc, and Rachel Ellering against Deanna, Kimber, Susan, and Fire and Flavor.
Who's our current champion right now, Kenny? Is it Justin?
No, the current champ actually is Tito.
Tito again? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that match, yeah, fine.
Yeah, you got Fire and Flavor and Deanna going in that match, so that's a possible -6 out that match for you. I got Taylor Wilde.
That's one of them hardcore.
And it's one of those, and then it's those like they probably will win it, but you don't fucking know.
Right, that could be a -6 or a +6 for you.
See,
and the thing about it is, I benched Josh Alexander this week because he's teaming up with Petey Williams to go against TJP and Fallah Bahh. And Petey Williams was talking shit to TJP and Fallah Bahh in Swingers Palace last week, so I don't know how that can go.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know how that can go real quick. So
what's the whole? So do they have the whole Impact card? Because Impact is tomorrow.
Sammy Callahan is I think doing some talking. Violent by Design is doing some talking.
Only 2 matches, I think.
Only 2 matches. just the Petey Williams and Josh Alexander, TJB, Fallah Bar.
Fucking real quick. Can we make a move?
No.
No.
Rosters is in. Rosters is in, bitch. Too late. No. Absolutely not.
Damn.
I think the fuck not, bitch.
Do you know what I was thinking?
Probably. Yep. No.
Probably some violence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you thinking about dropping somebody and picking somebody to fuck up. I think the fuck not, trick ass bitch.
Right.
That rap is in.
I can't really think about that. Fuck.
And you want to know the bullshit? That's part of the reason why I wanted y'all motherfuckers to put y'all rosters in before this. I was hoping that y'all threw y'all rosters in before you to even realize that there was a pay-per-view this week and you wouldn't have started some people. That's why I was pressing y'all so hard. Like, nah, put this shit in now. Put this shit in.
I mean,
We got the predictions. We knew there was a show.
I was trying to fucking put this shit in like, nah. Let me see these motherfuckers forgot. No, them is a good chance. All right, so those are our rosters for the week. Let's get to the nitty gritty now. Let's get to our predictions and try to win some championships.
For prediction.
Dude, that hoping somebody forgot. That's what I felt like Team SmackDown did when they put in their roster. I was like, they didn't bench Finn.
Dude,
Like,
listen.
Finn is dying.
The score for that fantasy is 4.
Total.
Everything.
Total.
It is pitiful to start the season.
Let's get these
I
predictions.
do that score. I put up the score. I'd be like, it's 6-0-0.
Right. Matt showed us. We started this fantasy. We started at double or nothing.
In general, we started in 2016 when we started it in general.
Yeah, but this was
UTR. We started
last year.
Yes, we started we started late last year, like around right before Christmas time. We started like right before Christmas.
It makes WWE way more often. You'll remember shit.
The shit about Raw, like just like how shit that show is, you're gonna watch. You're gonna pay attention because you need fucking points. So let's get to Double or Nothing. And Jesus Christ,
like 50 fucking matches.
Yeah. So first match up is of course we're gonna have Justin and Tito's picks later on. We'll post those on the page.
Oh, this isn't their WrestleMania, even though they act like it is.
Yeah, I guess. What is it? All
out.
Yeah,
all out is their WrestleMania. This was like SummerSlam.
We have Serena Deeb versus Riho for the NWA Championship.
Who's not going Serena Deeb?
Cool. All right. The Young Bucks versus the Shoe Salesman. Anyone going the Bucks? All right, cool. Sting and Lil Stinger versus All Sky. Who y'all got? Kenny, start with you.
You know what? Give me Paige and Sky.
All right.
I'm gonna go Paige and Sky too because they need something. They need a win.
They need it. Like
they need this way more.
Like Ethan leaving Impact for this is
being another tag team is so stupid.
And man, it just is not as good.
And here's the bullshit. It's not like Scorpio isn't fucking talented.
No. And by the way,
they pretty much gave him the black version of Josh Alexander in AEW. That's pretty much what they did. Almost.
And also, AEW fans are mad at Scorpio Sky too, because he said his contract's coming up, and like he hasn't really done a lot in AEW, and it kind of aggravates him. So he's gonna
grab the brass ring and lost.
He's gonna look at what happens over the next year, and then decide if he wants to go somewhere else. People are like, "Oh, he's not loyal to AEW. He's not even really worth it. He's not even that good." Like, okay,
that was the first fucking AEW tag team champion, and then from then on, they didn't do anything.
8 months ago, you motherfuckers are praising Scorpio Sky. Now all of a sudden, okay.
Once again, fickle ass
He
fucking
broke
wrestling
off from
fans.
SCU.
Andy
And
Brown was right. Fickle.
Fucking AEW stands, yo. Suck my asshole.
Next up is
God.
Miro versus Archer. Kenny.
Horse fight.
It needs to be Miro. Because you can't have him lose the first, well, it'll be his second defense, but you can't have him lose immediately. You really can't have him lose that belt immediately. This, once again, AEW rushing a goddamn feud.
Yeah, like this should be happening at all out.
Archer shouldn't even
This
came
is
out
an all out
after
match.
he won. That was stupid.
Like, this should not be happening until at least two months from now, folks. Like,
This is an all out match. This should be all out right here. This should be the title match.
like this is once again AEW
They built this
rushes.
backwards as hell.
Rushes. Even Jake was like looking at Archer like, "What the fuck you come out here for? Why we bothering Miro?"
This man just won. Let him celebrate. Damn.
Even Jake Roberts was like, "What the fuck going on, Lance? There's something going on in the script I don't know about." Like this is like it's rushed once again.
It's
AEW
super rushed.
Miro should win, so I'm gonna go with Miro.
All right.
I'll go Miro.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
he's gonna do some dirty shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, the predictions picks have nothing to do with fantasy. Just to let you know, two
All
separate things. So I can start Miro in fantasy and not pick his ass for my predictions if I don't think so. Just to let you know, it wouldn't make sense, but let's just say these are two separate entities that we are trying to both win at all costs.
Yeah, we play two different games for wrestling, but hey, it's worth it. It keeps it entertaining when sometimes it's not worth watching. I'm gonna go Miro too. He again, like you said, he just got the belt. He really should keep it for a while. I really hate that Archer's the one that's challenging. Sunday.
Yeah,
like it's and really what it should have been was Darby getting a rematch and losing again.
Yeah.
But they had to rush into Sting and
They
Darby.
gotta have Sting on there so they can have somebody say it's Sting.
As a Sting fan, I'm really getting tired of Sting on AEW. I really just
he's just the old man. He's like the old man from Home Alone who would just stare at Kevin. That's what he is. He's just the old man. He's that old man.
Hangman versus Brian Cage.
Hold on.
If Hangman,
I'm going Archer.
You're gonna go Archer?
Yeah.
What about Sting and Little Stinger against Ego and Scorpio Sky?
Bootleg North.
The Black North.
Yep, the Black North.
Interracial North.
The first match on the card that we get a little different is Miro and Archer. All right.
Hold on. You going Deebs against Riho?
I'm going D.
Okay. Yeah.
Let nobody believe in Riho.
And you picking Kingston against the Bucks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's taking those title points.
Right.
So we got Hangman versus Brian Cage.
I know who should win.
Brian Cage?
No.
Brian Cage actually should win because that FTW belt needs to mean something. He should win.
And MJF actually talked about the FTW belt on Busted Open today. He said that after they beat Inner Circle, they're going to all go for gold, and that includes the FTW Championship. He said Wardlow's going to go after it.
Okay.
Cage.
So with that being said, Page is winning. Adam Page is my pick, sir.
Why do you say that? It's not for the FTW belt.
Yeah, Adam Page. Because they're not gonna. Yeah, Adam Page. Yeah.
Matty Page.
I'm gonna go Brian Cage.
I'm sorry. Hangman is in the same pod as Cody. Boring. I'm going with Cage.
I don't even think he's. I think he's in the same boat as Elias, where he's a lot better when there's a crowd around him to react to his bullshit.
Too.
Without a real crowd for Page, so they'll have fans Sunday, hopefully we'll get some good stuff. But I don't know. The Casino Battle Royal. So I'll tell you.
I know who I'm picking.
Of course, there's always the mystery person that's going to be involved in the match, the new signee that will win and then do nothing for the next 8 months. With Christian Cage versus Matt, everyone's going to go Christian Cage versus Matt Sydal versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Pentagon, Jungle Boy, Matt Hardy, Mark Quinn, Isaiah Cassidy, The Blade, Evil Uno, Colt Cabana, Preston Vance, Griff Garrison, Pillman Jr., Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, QT Marshall, Nick Camarado, Dustin Rhodes, Lee Johnson, and then to be announced. Most of those motherfuckers are not worth talking about in this match.
They didn't even want to do Billy Gunn. They didn't want to put Matty Gunn in there.
Nope.
Or Austin Gunn.
None of the guns.
Damn.
This is a gunless casino.
Damn.
Kenny, who you got? Is anyone not going Christian? Okay.
I was gonna go Christian.
All right, who you going, Kenny?
I'm going Jungle Boy.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Wait, the GOAT ain't in this?
Who?
Luchasaurus?
He ain't in this.
What the fuck?
Where the fuck is he at?
He's the GOAT.
He's not hurt because he's been on the show. He's been like carrying Jungle Boy out.
That's some bullshit. That man is the GOAT. He's the greatest dinosaur of all time.
I'm going. This should be the weekend of Team Taz, to be honest. I'm going with Hobbs.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Powerhouse.
Watch Hook win.
I think Christian Cage is the most obvious choice.
Christian Cage is going to win.
Because I know we're building the Christian Cage and Kenny Omega. I know that's what's happening.
Do the work.
But I'm going with the mystery person.
I'm tempted to go to the mystery person, but it's just like, watch it ends up being someone like
Mongo.
Al Snow,
one extra point since you picked the mystery person. 1 extra point. Who is the mystery person?
It's Al Snow.
It's RVD.
What does everybody want?
You know what? I keep asking for it, and they never go through with it. And I think if we're going to actually do anything with this fucking partnership, it needs to happen. It's going to be an Impact person.
Who?
I was thinking an Impact person too.
It's going to be the cut. Could sure be good. So the Casino Battle Royals for a future AEW World Championship match. Who did they screw out of an Impact World Title match recently? Sami Callihan.
Ooh.
What better way to piss off Kenny and get some revenge than go to AEW, fuck up a match, and end up going for the AEW World Title?
That's a good fucking pick. Too bad it's gonna be Moose.
I was gonna say it's right. Moose gonna be like, oh, if you beat me here, beat me for the Impact
Moose
title.
would be cool, but I think it's gonna be Sammy. Also Moose fucking re-signed. We didn't talk about that, but
he said he didn't.
He said he didn't, but every report says he signed like a long-term deal.
That motherfucker signed a long-term deal with WWE. We're about to see Duck in WWE.
If Impact did get to keep Moose, great move, great fucking choice.
Buffalo.
Listen, we about to see dun, 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 dun,
Buffalo.
Duck. Duck.
Oh shit! God! Oh my god! It's Quail.
By God, it's
Camel.
Wait, Barrett, you know who that is? Of course I know who that is.
I know Colt when I see Colt anywhere.
What's that?
They're going to do him dirty and be like, by God, it's Titus O'Neil's brother.
It's Apollo's cousin.
Oh, God.
Holy shit, it's Seahorse.
Lieutenant Aziz.
Can you imagine Moose? Can you imagine Moose with that fucking lisp with a Nigerian accent? Oh, my God.
No, dear God.
I am G.I. Bro. Sequel.
I need it. I need the list Nigerian accent.
No, you don't.
Yes.
Nobody does.
Yes.
Yes, I fucking do.
Anyway,
Yes.
I'm saying it. I'm gonna say it's
Vince,
either gonna be a New Japan or an Impact person. I'm gonna say it's Sammy.
Vince, call Moose tomorrow.
Don't you fucking do it. Don't you fucking don't. They just made Moose cool again. Don't ruin this for me.
I'm sticking with Christian
Moose is about to come out as with the Devon's Reverend gimmick.
Fuck.
That man gonna be the Velveteen Mongo.
Oh, God.
Velveteen, not the Velveteen Mongo, the Velveteen Moose.
Not even. He gonna come out as, oh my God, it's Mongoose.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's gonna be his name.
Mongoose.
It's the Mongoose. Mongoose.
Oh shit, it's Goose.
Nope.
Next up is Cody versus Anthony Gogo. The American Dream has returned to take on Anthony Gogo, who never said anything incorrect about America.
Right.
That motherfucker was right about everything he said.
That man could win the presidency now.
Right.
That dude called us out for everything wrong, and we're like, shit.
He could run for president and win off of that shit.
And somehow Cody decided, he hates America. I'll be America.
And my daughter,
she'll have. I can't even.
She'll recognize both of her races.
Both races.
And my daughter would recognize both of the races that he has. And because you know, I'm going to be the American Dream. I'm going to be the American Dream of Cody for this one night, folks. And my mic is completely wet from talking.
Cody is definitely a mixture of Sylvester the Cat and Mike Tyson.
And what Cody, Brandy, and I'm just gonna assume Chris Jericho considered the greatest promo of all time. He talked about how great America is. Warts and all, I believe is what he said.
I thought he was dying or he was running for office.
I thought he was running for president. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was running for office. Like, I did not expect him
that whole
to
time
say.
That whole time he was talking, I just kept hearing in the background, I am a real American fighting for rights. I'm like, oh, are you really turning into this?
Rights of every man.
Don't date my daughter unless you're Caucasian.
I'ma say it again. Don't date a black man. You better not walk in this fucking house.
You want to see some funny shit? Look at my mask.
The fact I came up with that off of the top of my head is just scary.
That was good.
The fact that this Hulk Hogan mask looks like a male G-string is why I have yet to rear it outside.
Have you seen that image of Jimmy Snuka wearing some really scrawny ass tights, and the next picture someone wearing a mask that looks like those tights? And it's like, make sure you wash whatever you wear for a mask.
Right. That's why I also haven't worn the Tommaso Ciampa mask. I'm pretty sure. But the Hulk Hogan looks like a banana hammock.
Right.
And I'm not.
It's not okay.
It looks like a banana hammock.
That mask just smells of racism.
But I gotta give it. Nah, But you know what's the funniest shit? When I put this on, it looks so weird. Because usually if I do wear this mask, I got my Hot Rod Roddy Piper t-shirt on. So I got that t-shirt on with a Hulk Hogan mask and my dark skin complexion. Fucking everyone up at once. They don't know what the hell to think. They're like, he ain't right. He ain't right.
I've got my fucking like Hulk Hogan boxed action figure behind me because I don't have any other fucking.
I will say,
I don't have Hulk Hogan or anything.
I do have one Hulk Hogan article of clothing, but it's not necessarily Hulk Hogan. It's Rip.
It's Rip Hogan.
It's
Rip from
No Holds Barred. I got the Rip T-shirt. So I don't know. Does that count?
Look, fuck
Rip was the man.
Fuck
Rip was the man.
Rip's okay. Rip's all right. Rip's cool.
All right, Rip was the fucking man. All right, he beat the shit out of Zeus. Okay,
Mike, you saying that shit reminded me of those fucking Bobby Fish jokes they started saying last night.
Me and Mongo, man, I found that tweet. Oh, I went off.
Bobby Fish is a wild buddy for a guy who's just suck for water fountains. Like shit.
They was going.
Come on, yo, we gotta finish these predictions.
Right,
Come on, let's
right.
finish these predictions.
So Cody versus Anthony Gogo.
Cody,
who you got?
I got the racists.
Well, I mean, Anthony Gogo's the bad guy. So is he a racist?
No. No.
Is anyone not going Cody?
I'm going with the American Nightmare.
With his big ass bat symbol on his fucking neck.
How did nobody tell him, like, dude, don't?
No, because that's when I realized Cody is a dumbass. Because I remember when he
That's
did
when
that
you realized Cody's a dumbass?
Yes.
They were like, no, don't do that. And he goes, yeah, right here? Yeah, cool. All right, that's what I'm going to do.
No, right here. Right here.
Even Brandy said, I saw it, and I said, that's a temporary tattoo, right, honey? Oh, no, I got it done. She's like...
That was such a terrible tattoo. Like, it's... Why?
Even she's like, I told him to get it temporarily. I didn't tell him to get it done. When he showed up, it looked temporary. He's like, oh no, this is permanent, baby.
First off, if you're listening to this and you disagree, that's fine. Most neck tattoos fucking
age horribly.
They're fucking terrible. Either out the gate or after a few years. They are not good. Don't do that.
Let's be realistic. If you're getting a neck tattoo, if it ain't a word, that shit is gonna look horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it is a word, after a while, you ain't gonna be able to see the word because it's gonna be wrapped up in your neck crease.
Mm-hmm.
Like Taker, and he had Sarah, and then he ended up breaking up with Sarah, and then it became nothing. And now it's I don't even think it's there anymore.
Oh yeah, he got it removed. He's like, oh
yeah.
Shit, is that tattoo 3D? Oh no, I got some skin tags right there. I gotta make sure I get those off. Next up is I'm gonna go Anthony Gogo. Because I think a Gogo should win. God damn it. But we'll see what happens. Shida versus Baker.
We know what Mongo will be using his free switch on.
You're probably right. Hikaru Shida versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
It better be Britt Baker. It better be Britt. It better be Britt.
Dude,
Adam Cole's girlfriend.
Mike and I have been talking about it because like every time, because we've had Shida since this whole thing started.
Fucking motherfuckers.
And like
cheap ass fucking points.
Who else can beat her if it's not Britt? And you know who it's gonna be? I just fucking realized Rosa. It. Nope.
Jade.
Nope.
Who?
Former Impact Wrestling World Champion Tessa
Blanchard. The races. She puts the hard R in
nigga.
Yeah. She puts the hard R in hater.
Boy, we mentioned Hulk Hogan and then followed it up with Tessa Blanchard.
I think I'm cute. I know I'm racist. I got the looks. That I got a big ass chin. I got the chin that really moves them. I said,
my favorite word is nigga.
I'm just a
Crimson
racist.
Chin.
Racist. I
I'm
don't
just
like
a racist.
niggas.
I say nigga 100 times a day just to keep my teeth white.
I tried to hold Impact for ransom. They said keep that belt, kiss our ass.
I know people looking at us like, yo, they are fucking crazy. But you know what? We at this podcast, we're gonna say the shit that needs to be fucking said. Tessa
Exactly.
Blanchard is a fucking racist. She loves saying the word, the N-word. She loves saying it.
With the hard
With the
R.
hard
With
ER.
the hard
Now
R.
you want to stop. No, okay.
All right.
Cool.
Nigga! She loves saying it, okay?
Nigga.
It's the I.
Nigga.
When you just like
Nigga.
Fuck.
He gets all he gets all stink meaner with it.
We're gonna get kicked off Facebook again. God damn it.
Listen, we damn sure are. We damn sure are.
Yes, we
We
are.
damn sure are.
There's no
And it's going to
fucking way.
be my fault.
That's no fucking
My
way.
bad.
There's-
Yeah.
There's no
I
way
fucked
that
this
gets to
one
the,
up. Shit. My bad.
There's no way they get to the censors. There's no
No,
fucking way.
not at all. Not at all. We
know
might
what,
get shut
dude?
down for about a week.
All we gotta do is just start a burner like KD, and then we'll be back in here, baby.
I mean, I got a burner account. You saw me. They shut me down. I showed right
shit,
back up as Matty Bischoff.
But shit, y'all know me. But shit, y'all know me. I break into groups without even being invited, so I can get us back on.
I will show.
That's the funniest shit I've ever seen. Where it's like, well, who invited him? I don't know. He just showed up. He's just
I
there.
keep telling y'all at one point when we started Top Rope was an open group, and then when we had it open, at one point Boss Man shut it. He shut it down to become a closed group because we kept getting since it was open, we kept getting the bots that were trying to sell everybody Ray-Ban sunglasses.
That's true.
Yeah.
We did.
So
I don't know.
So
how
Kenny
the fuck
just
I got
walked in one day and was like, "I'm in." We just had it. And
you
didn't have
showed
to
the
click,
fuck up.
You didn't have to say click the join. You could just be like, "I'm in."
Kenny is the bruh man of Top Rope.
Kenny is the only person in which Kenny saw that. Kenny saw the button that said join Top Rope and was like, "Ooh."
Fuck
He
it.
just
Kenny, what you
he
doing
said-
here? All right.
He just showed up.
Door was open. Figured out.
And then the bullshit was the person who I thought brought me into a group. Turns out I brought them into the fucking group.
Right. Because I was like, because it was like Mike Jones added by Matt Wright. Everybody, I was like, I see the people I added. I was like, I see everybody and then I'm like, Kenny, it just says joined. I was like, yeah. I was like, Kenny just walked in.
You know the shoulder shrug emoji? That's next to Kenny's name.
I kept telling Bossman, I was like, you forgot when the group used to be open. I was like, Kenny literally.
Because I know that motherfucker be one they find who put me in and like, whoever brought this motherfucker brought trouble to the goddamn group. Ha ha! I came on my own.
But Bossman, Top Rope used to be an open group where you could just be like, I
Don't tell me they added another match.
No, they didn't. Cody says his contentious American Dream promo was workshopped and focus group tested.
No, the fuck it wasn't. Shut up.
Who did you have in the fucking building, Cody?
How the fuck did you have something focus group and tested before and the show was fucking live? Get the fuck out of here, Ryan.
Well, no, they were
You
in
know who
Florida.
it was focused to.
It was a
It
bunch
was
of fucking
focused.
good old boys.
It was focused to them goddamn boys down there. You know who it was focused to. The ones who like to use the hard R. Nigga.
He cracks me up with the little bullshit ass excuses he trying to come up with. This was focus group and told shut the fuck up.
Yo,
He is such full of
Mongo
shit.
was beat fucking red right now. Like, oh my god,
We're done.
We're
I just got a brand new. I just got a brand new writing job. I'm gonna be fired before I even start. Like, God damn it. Fuck
Cody
me,
always
dude.
with some bullshit. Let's say okay, the promo sucked.
Actually, Mongo, this should do. You ain't gonna get fired because it'd be like, you know what? It wasn't him. He wasn't the one that said it, and obviously he's cool with them. If they saying it around him, so he cool. He got a pass. Don't you fucking dare, Mongo.
Cody, Cody over here. The way Cody keep lying, he gonna get called one. The way his ass keep coming up with some bullshit ass excuses.
Like Cody is such full of shit.
It was focused. It was
focus.
Yo, I wouldn't.
Focus group.
I'm telling you, the next time he puts some shit,
who focus groups a promo?
the next time he puts some shit out, I'm gonna go right under that shit and be like, nigga, please.
All right, let's get these fucking predictions done. God damn it.
They got to be focused group contested.
Sheeta versus Baker.
Baker.
Everyone going Baker?
Yeah.
All right.
Watch Sheeta's ass win.
Right.
And I'm gonna be so fucking.
I'm a
Dude,
laugh.
if it's not her, who the fuck is it gonna be?
It's gonna be Nyla.
God damn.
Thunder Rosa.
I guess Thunder Rosa. Yeah. Pinnacle versus Inner Circle. Anyone not going Inner Circle or not going Pinnacle? Sorry.
I'm going Inner Circle.
Really?
Yeah, me too.
I think they're breaking up.
Ooh.
I'm going Inner Circle. Here's Matt to fuck with you, like I always do.
Is it because Jericho said there's going to be a multi-month feud?
That and why would Inner Circle lose the first two Stadium Stampede matches? They lost last year.
That means absolutely nothing.
That means something to me. They got to win. This got if
Matthew, why didn't you bring that shit the fuck up when we were doing our roster?
I said that.
Matt's out here trying to sabotage the fucking roster and join us. Matt's about to Jackson your ass real quick.
No.
Nah, but it was the lesser two evils. It was either let the Pinnacle lose or lose fucking title points.
Yeah.
Like I asked
you gotta do what you gotta do.
I was like, do we really want to waste the move and pick up somebody from Inner Circle?
Right, we was tempted. We was really tempted. We was like,
let's take that L for Pinnacle. Just let Miro help us out.
Sorry,
was that the last match?
The final match of the night, of course, is Kenny Omega versus Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Anyone not going Kenny Omega? Cool. All right, got that out the way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 out of 10. That's not bad, actually. It's not bad.
That's better than WWE.
Right.
There are 5 matches where we're actually trying to do something.
Wait till we're trying to predict Hell in a Cell.
Oh my god.
First of all, why is there fucking 10 matches?
Why? You know these matches.
Well, 8 matches because 2 of those are going to be on the buy-in.
Well, these matches are going to be like 15 minutes long.
Right now, only one of these matches is on the buy-in.
Oh, the Serena Deeb is just a buy-in?
Yep.
Right.
Everything else is on the actual show. Like, why? Let's be honest. Why is Adam Page and Brian Cage on this match on the show? It doesn't have to be.
That Battle Royal should be on the buy-in.
It should.
Right.
Like, it was on the buy-in at the first Double or Nothing when I went to because I was getting to my seat. Battle Royal had already started.
Well, ever since it's been like we're gonna have a mystery person, so we're gonna make it part of the main show.
Hell, the mystery person at the first one was Adam fucking Page, and he won.
Who was it last year? Was it who was it last year? Archer? No. Was it Brian Cage?
Exactly.
Brian Cage won the ladder match.
Yeah.
Exactly, Mongo. That's the whole purpose. That's the thing. Does it make a fucking difference? Does it make a fucking difference?
I just want it was a tag team battle royal.
The first Casino Battle Royal happened at the first Double or Nothing. The second was a women's match at the pre-show of the aforementioned All Out event. The third, which was the men's match, which was a men's match, took place at All Out.
Lance Archer won that.
Adam Page, Lance Archer, Nyla Rose for the women. For the tag team, it was Death Triangle, Ray Phoenix and Pac.
Oh wait, so I didn't even. I guess I don't watch it. I don't pay attention enough. They do these more. I thought it was like a once a year thing. They do this every fucking pay-per-view.
Pretty much.
They do them, yeah. They do. They have the big ones, and then they have these little smaller ones that are just fucking pointless.
All right, whatever. I'm not going into this show caring that much.
Right.
All right, so that's it for the predictions. Thanks for watching with us. It was a week, and our Velveteen Dream thoughts are out there. So anyone that wants to fucking shoot me, feel free.
Listen, I don't give a fuck what you think. Bro. I don't give a fuck. I personally don't give a fuck if you think that we wrong. You're wrong.
Exactly.
How about that?
Like I already said, send a hate mail to me this week.
You know what? Split that shit. Send half of it up here to the BX. See if that shit make it with my postman. I got bills that I'm just getting now from 1994. See if I get my fucking mail on time. I don't give a fuck. Send that shit my way. I smoked the L with my postman the other fucking day. He still had a bag full of shit to deliver. And we was outside at 8:30 at night. So I'll let you know when and if I get my fucking mail. Send that shit.
Fucking hell. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back. You guys want to do a thing on Sunday? Like a free thing?
Absolutely not. I'm planning on being drunk at somebody's barbecue.
It's holiday weekend. Yeah.
Well, I'm fine. I'm fine not doing it.
I'm getting candy.
So for those of you that don't know, I'll be starting my new job officially with Sports Kita next week.
Congratulations.
Which means I'm going to be on here a lot more, whether that means we're going to just do like daily shows, like hour, 30-minute shows or whatever, games or whatever. Maybe we'll bring you stuff about pop culture and other things.
If you want to hear more about fantasy, we will even talk about that.
We can. Yeah, we'll talk about our rules and everything. I'm a big horror movie buff, so I might do some horror movie stuff on the channel. You never know. But we're going to be wrapping this stuff up. So if you've been following us up to now, we appreciate it. And there's a lot more to come. Thank you so much. I'd like to think that this helped me get to where I am now, working with you guys every week doing this. And, just getting back into wrestling. Because there's a point where I just kind of stopped caring about it. And
right.
So yeah. I want to just say thank you to y'all for, helping me get to where I am.
Listen, man. You're out sports. You dropped the news flashes for us, brother.
Sure do.
Exactly.
So you as biggest part of this as don't even worry about it, man. We just want you to keep doing what you're doing.
Like we said, Mongo, like you are the backbone of this podcast, brother. Like all the stuff
Producer
we do, as much shit as we give you equally as amount of love, man, and you deserve it.
Exactly.
You deserve it. You deserve this opportunity that you got. You deserve it, brother.
Right.
Like yes, we do being an admin for the page and stuff like that. Yes, I do a lot of policing with as far as making sure certain things are there. But as far as like our journalistic stuff, brother, that's all you. That's all you, 100%.
Yeah.
All you. Any news that needs to be known, follow the UTR page and follow our boy Greg, and you'll get any of that wrestling news.
And if you start some fuck shit, we're gonna be on your ass like we was earlier this week, talking about some misleading headlines.
Exactly.
Motherfucker. Real quick.
I tried to be nice and he poked and Leonard came out. I tried to be nice.
If you don't know what the term misleading means, don't use it in a sentence. Just don't.
Right.
Let's just cut it at that. But anyway, thanks for following us along the night, ladies and gentlemen. If you follow us, you can follow us at twitch.tv/UnderTheRingPod or at Facebook.com/UnderTheRingPod. You can catch me at Twitter.com/GregBushSK. You can catch us on our YouTube channel, which I'll link to everything here. Again, we have a Facebook group, Under the Ring, which you can get to hear more about fantasy bullshit that we do every week and more. Like I said, we're going to be doing a lot more over the summer. And I think that's about it. So until then, y'all have a great holiday weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe. Spend time with your family and your loved ones.
If you go out in public, folks, please wear a mask.
Please.
Please.
Just because we're lighting up doesn't mean it's over. We got to make sure.
Please,
we got to make sure.
Please.
Use your common sense, people.
Let's finish this thing off. Let's finish this thing off.
And the last thing I want to say, since I already did the hard R today, might as well bring him back one time for the podcast. Don fucking Hyman.
God. Under the Ring podcast out. Later.